Just go into it hard. Attack them before they attack us.
Give 110% effort every play. Bringing home a win in the state line showdown would be big.
Everybody has their trust in us to put on for Alabama.
I know there's going to be a lot of people watching, so I just want to make sure my team does good. You know, we put our name on the map.
You're going to see us playing like it's a rivalry game.
Physical and relentless. Attack every day. I want to attack every play. We got to have the determination to keep going.
One thing I want people to know about Smith Station, we coming.
Welcome to the 2026 WTVM State Line Showdown, sponsored by Kia Autosport. We want to see ya in a Kia.
The Chattahoochee River may mark the state line, but tonight it's the line of scrimmage that matters. Smith Station and Northside meet for the 4th edition of WTVM State Line Showdown, a matchup that has quickly become one of the biggest nights in the Chattahoochee Valley for high school football. Pride, bragging rights, and of course, that State Line Showdown trophy. Smith Station, Northside, it's time to spot the ball, and it starts right now, live on WTVM. I'm Drew Pavon, joined by my broadcast host of the evening, sports director Tony Reese. Ben Stanfield is our reporter for the evening. He will join us in a couple minutes. Tony, a lot of excitement around this game. 4th State Line Showdown. How you feeling?
Drew, we got to first talk about this atmosphere, man. I'm looking out past down yonder. That tunnel, people are lined up to the tunnel. It's that much electric going on here, man. A lot of excitement to be back in a place that means so much to me personally. But just to have this moment here, man, I'm just excited to talk about a great game tonight.
That's right, Tony, a resident of Smith Station as a child and now being back here in the broadcast booth. We got a great game for you guys here tonight. 6A versus 6A, Columbus for Smith Station. Northside taking on the Panthers here at TC Brittenfield. Panther Stadium's the site for it all. Tony just mentioned it. The line is still wrapped around the building. People had to park down the street to get into this one. Going to be a jam-packed crowd, I'm sure, as we get into that first quarter. But Tony, what are you looking forward to in this game?
Man, electric teams on both sides. 2 6A teams. We talk about it. 7A no longer a thing here in AHSA. Now to 6A. Meanwhile, Northside going up to 6A on the Georgia side of things. 2 electric teams that didn't have the best records last year, but look to really change that starting off this season.
Absolutely, Tony. And you see the teams running out now. We're running out our big man on the field. Ben Stanfield, our sideline reporter. Ben, how's it looking down there?
Hey guys, good evening, and we are live. Like you mentioned, this atmosphere cannot be beat. We got a great Smith Station crowd. We've got a great Northside crowd, and the fans are still wrapped around the building out here trying to get in the gate right now. I don't know where they're going to sit, honestly. This is going to be a great football game tonight. A lot of excitement for both of these programs, both in rebuild mode. I thought weather might be a factor with the heat tonight, but we're in great shape down here on the field. Conditions are perfect. We got a dry field. Temps feel like they're in the 70s right now. Beautiful night for football, gentlemen. I'm excited to be along the ride with you.
Well, thank you, Ben. A lot to look forward to in tonight's game. We talked about it a little bit. Tony, what's the big matchup you want to see between Northside and Smith Station?
I think no doubt about it. It has to be that quarterback play. We know Cohen Thomas is the 3-year starter for Smith Station. I'm curious to see what he's growth-wise to have in year 3 compared to what it was in year 1. And I think just overall, these 2 teams bring 2 caliber running back systems as well. Yeah. Alex Tarboro for Northside. Good asset. I'm looking to see what he does tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned Tarboro for Northside. Smith Station's got an all-state tailback at Trayvon Key. He's ready to spot the ball. Now, they run the wing tee at Smith Station, so got ready to see a lot of run and gun. But Northside, they switch to the spread, and they're looking to air this thing out in the State Line Showdown. It's going to be a fun one to get going. Kickoff is underway, and we're going to be started in just a couple moments at TC Britton Field for an exciting night of Friday Night Football.
Let's go, baby. I'm excited. Feel like a kid in a candy store, man.
Well, Smith Station will receive to start us off here in week 1 and an exciting night of football. Cohen Thomas and Trayvon Key, the quarterback running back duo for the Panthers, will take it off. Blair Harrison's the head coach of the Panthers. Bryson Freeman, the head coach of the Northside Patriots. Bryson Freeman, in his first game as a head coach, he's been a long-time defensive coordinator with the Patriots, but now Blair Harrison stepping into year 2 with the Smith Station Panthers, trying to turn it around. They're coming in.
No doubt about it, Drew. A lot to look forward to. We talked to Freeman ahead of this game, and he sounds very amped up about it. Just looking forward to see what he can do.
Well, Luke Baca squares it away, and they're going to call for the fair catch. And that will set up Smith Station on offense. Cohen Thomas and company, like we talked about before, they run the wing tee. Blair Harrison, I talked to him earlier in the week, Tony. He likes to keep it traditional. It works. He won a lot at Brookstone in Columbus doing it.
Drew, I got to say, man, Smith Station's always been known to have the old school plays. I'm curious to see what coach is able to pull out here in this first opening drive. If you know he wants to set tone early, I think this team would like to put some points on, ideally in the first drive.
Yeah, we mentioned that wing tee, and you see it here first. It's going to be Sexton in the backfield with Key. Expect a lot of motion from him. It's to Trayvon Key to start us off. He gets a chunky yardage. He's still fighting, and down for a 2nd and 7.
We expect a run there. We knew it was probably coming early on. You talk about the wing tee offense, that's a give and go. I like to see the hard runs early on. This is definitely going to be a ground and pound type of night, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cohen Thomas, you don't see Smith Station talking to Blair Harrison. He likes to take his time running his offense, and it's going to see that slow approach, huddle. Cohen Thomas brings them to the line, and they're not afraid to milk the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas under center again. Sexton, the fullback, behind him. Key off to the side. It's a give to Sexton, and it looks like a flag is coming down. It might be a false start on the Panthers.
And the chippiness starts early. I was wondering how long it'd take to get there.
Absolutely. These early season games, people are just ready to hit someone other than themselves in practice. You know what I mean?
What do you say? We've been talking to coaches all summer long. That's always the biggest thing amongst the kids. Hey, I'm just ready to go out and hit somebody else that's not my teammate.
Absolutely. So that false start's going to move them back 5 yards and set up a 2nd and 11 for the Smith Station Panthers as Cohen Thomas makes his way to the huddle. I love the student sections tonight, Tony.
Man.
Smith Stations have been here for 2 hours. Northside just rolled in about an hour ago. They're blackout, neon out for Northside. And you see Northside defense trying to shift around. One receiver out. You're going to see that pretty typically tonight as Thomas gives the handoff. And he's got some room and a good chunk, but a big hit there by number 6, Jalen Wilson, the senior linebacker.
Nice setup there. As we mentioned, I like the way Key's already running this thing early on. A lot of excitement going into it so far.
You know, Michael Spencer, he took that corner and he looked like he was about to go.
Man.
Got tripped up there, ran into a big man.
We've got to go back to this crowd for a minute, man. Smith Station definitely packing in the house, but shout out to the Northside faithful that have made the travel over. Both sides really starting to fill in, and the line is still wrapped around the corner.
Now, it looks like there's a little confusion right now with the game ball that got switched out. It's going to be a 3rd and 6 for the Smith Station Panthers. Try to keep this drive rolling with 10:35 to play in the first quarter.
Drew, what would you say you're seeing so far out of this team, man? A lot of grittiness early on, but ultimately looks like they're getting it done on the ground today.
Well, you know, wing T, you run the ball quite a bit. So they're going to be relying on that heavy. But don't be surprised when Cohen Thomas, he's got a heck of an arm.
Man.
He can put the ball anywhere is what Blair Harrison told me. He's trying to spread it out, get the right formation in with this wing T. And a big 3rd and 6. A sweeper on the side of Trayvon Key. He's going to be just short of that first down marker. A huge tackle by Zabe Thompson, the leader of that Northside secondary, wrapping him up and setting up a very short 4th and 3.
If you're coaching this situation, is it too early to go for it? Do you like your odds?
I don't know. Tony, Cohen Thomas is running into the huddle. Blair Harrison's taking the aggressive approach in week 1. I like that, trying to impose their will on this Northside defense. And that's the big thing of the wing T is you want to keep that defense out there as long as possible and just drain them down.
Man, oh man.
Thomas will just hand it to the big man. Did he get enough? He did. He charges forward and down at the 47-yard line. That's the fullback, Luke Sexton, for a Panther first down.
No better play lined up. You like Harrison's aggressive approach early on, and it pays off to see how this thing is going to go. They look like they really want to get this score in on this first drive.
Well, the aggressive approach works for Blair Harrison. He gets the first down, and they are moving the chains down the field. And they'll start this next set of downs at the 46. So like we talked about, you just keep trying to run that football, drain the clock. You try to drain the defense. See Northside trying to shift back and forth, figuring out which side's the strong side. Motion man here, give to Sexton again, but the big man wrapped him up. That's their guy. That's number 70, Javion Floyd. Tony, sorry. Talking to Coach Bryson Freeman earlier in the week, he is a huge fan of Javion Floyd, playing that nose guard position. He says he just plugs every spot on the inside that really can't allow them to run the ball too much, and you see why there.
Drew, I can see why early on. We're talking about a lot of, they got some big cornbread fed guys up front, man. Those guys definitely trying to hold their own there. And we talk about Smith Station might be a little smaller, but they have the adversity and the speed on their side. Curious to see if they'll keep running there and seeing what can happen out of there.
3 tailbacks in the backfield for Smith Station on a 2nd and 8. It's a give on the counter to Trayvon Key. He's tripped up and taken for a loss. That's number 16, Terrence Jennings. And flags rain in after the play.
Dirty laundry everywhere, baby.
We talked about the chippiness, Tony. Big part of that, talking to Bryson Freeman before the game, we had him live at 6 o'clock, was this is the closest away game they will play. And this is really the true only rivalry game they will play this year with the reclassification that happened to GHSA. So things are going to get a little bit chippy. So be on the lookout for that. That's hence why you see so many of their student section crowding in today.
Man, this definitely is living up to
And the penalty is against Smith Station. So
15-yard penalty.
moving them back even farther on this 3rd down. It's 3rd and almost to Phoenix City on this one.
Definitely the type of plays you don't want to see this early on after making so much momentum there. Now you got to wonder if they can get it all back. But we've seen what's going on so far. Would you now turn to a deep throw with that downfield?
I think you're going to have to. We know Cohen Thomas can put the ball pretty deep. Trayvon Key is also an excellent wide receiver. That's hence why he was given an all-state nomination for his ability to catch the football and run the football. But the problem is you got to go from your own 31 to Northside's 44-yard line.
Definitely not going to be an easy task, but we'll get to see what the team's made of.
Whistle was blown there. Not too sure what the confusion is with the officials. Trying to sort that all out, but a long way to go for the Smith Station Panthers to try and get this first down.
Look at here, already 3-4 minutes into this game, and I'm already seeing a lot of chippiness and excitement so far, man. This is about what we expected to see as people continue to still file in, man. This place is surely becoming packed out by the minute.
Yeah. And there looks to be some confusion potentially with the clock that they may have switched up here. And they're saying to back it up, get in the huddle, try not to show what they're doing, because this is a lot of yardage they have to make up. And, Tony, I like what you're thinking with the pass. And, you know, I always go back to this game. I was at last year, Central versus Smith Station. Cohen Thomas, they ran the ball maybe 8 times in a row. And it was the first drive of offense. Cohen Thomas hit a beautiful play action. Trayvon Key wide down the sideline for a 60-yard touchdown that would tie Central.
I feel like we're definitely waiting for that breakout play here. We've seen Cohen Thomas. We know he's probably getting antsy back there in the backfield. He's probably seen a couple throws that he could make off the rip. But now, you know, keep with the run. They're expecting that, right? So why not go over the top on the long ball?
Well, it's 3rd and a mile, and you got to expect Smith Station's going to be throwing the ball. Let's see what Cohen Thomas has got. It is just to give up the middle, and he is buried back by Floyd, the big man. A loss of a couple. And Northside's defense is juiced up right now in this first quarter.
Man, oh man, definitely not the play you want to see here from the Smith Station Panthers. But overall, it started out as a great drive, but just comes up just short.
Yeah, defense, the name of the game, a couple mistakes there. Ben Stanfield was right down there. Javion Floyd, wrecking crew. Ben, what'd you see?
Hey, let me tell you, the way that they play defense at Northside, it all starts with Javion Floyd up front. He's the nose guard. He's in that 4 technique. Now, what Smith Station's going to try to do is move him around with some motion tonight in that wing T offense. But so far, he's not biting. He's a land shark, baby. He's playing big boy football, and he made a huge play right there. Send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Ben. But what you just saw was an excellent punt from Angel Calabos to mark it down all the way at the 1. So a tough change of possession. I mean, that punt went all the way down. Tony just kept rolling and rolling. Smith Station able to push it down to the 1. And now Northside with a spread offense, you're going to have to figure they're going Tarboro on the run here.
I don't think you can capitalize any better for Smith Station. That puts you in a great field position. If you can contain them right here in their burial, this is going to be a lot of excitement just to see. I'm imagining the blitz first play, but at the same time, I can see Northside going over the top.
Yeah, Northside's got a fullback in there, and that's Arias, their big tight end. Have to imagine it's a give to Tarboro, and it is. He's fighting to get some yards. And it looks like he maybe got 2 or 3, and it'll set up a 2nd and 7 from their own 4.
Several Panthers there on the play. It looks like Christian Leverett leading the pack. Man on man.
Now, the quarterback tonight for Northside is Maxwell Thrash, a young man who transferred over coming from a military family, was living in Italy last year, and is now residing in Columbus and attending Northside. Talking to Coach Freeman, said this guy's got a lot of zip. He's a 3-sport athlete. He runs the 400 in track. He's a baseball kid, and he said he saw him play a baseball game last year, and you just see the moxie with this kid, and it looks like Smith Station, that band being in that corner, Tony. Northside jumping on false start, and it's going to push him back a couple.
Definitely dangerous territory there, but man, we talk about Thrash, first and foremost, coming over from Italy last year, now dual being a triple sport athlete. That's definitely an asset to have at Northside. We know they have a premier baseball program as well as track program. And we just talk about the excitement here. Curious to see how now he's in the back corner. He's backed into a corner. What can he do to get out of there?
And they're moved back to the half distance of the goal. Maxwell Thrash working out of the shotgun. Smith Station, you see their linebackers jumping. They're antsy to get after him. Tarboro on the carry. He's got some room to run. Here goes Tarboro up the sideline. And pushed out at the 43, Alex Tarboro. We talked about the explosive play, and there it is. And a flag comes in at the end as well.
That was a big-time stop there by Mason Harrington to save that play that would have resulted ultimately in 6. Shout out to the hustle he had there, but we're not sure exactly if this play will hold.
It looked like that might have come down on a horse collar at the end of the play and got tackled out of bounds, pulling down Tarboro. But, man, we talked about it pregame, and you see why. He is that caliber of a player.
Man, oh,
illegal
man.
horse collar
Especially
tackle
going into his senior year.
the
Kid
defense.
has a lot of spunk.
15-yard penalty.
And linebacker, man.
First down.
And it looks like this definitely will be going against the Panthers, giving the Patriots even better field position.
Yeah, and they're going to move them down to the 41 of Smith Station. So after being backed up inside their 5 after a beautiful punt, Northside now has great possession thanks to Alex Tarboro and a little laundry after the play. Shotgun set, 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Arias, the big tight end, on the line. It's a motion. Stratton Gas go right back to Tarboro. He makes a man miss. And down at the 31, pushed out of bounds just short of the first down marker.
Can we just talk about
and look at the chippiness already happening, Tony.
This man is playing with, bro. He is not backing down from any challenges. He's running full force into the contact. You love to see those type of running backs. Rather than run around, he's running directly through the contact.
Now, Tony, I spoke to Coach Freeman on Wednesday, and he mentioned we just got to get AT the ball as much as possible because Blair Harrison even said it. Whoever's running back makes the plays at the end of the day is going to win this game.
True. You said it, man. We've watched it already. Both sides going with the aggressive run approach, and it's clearly doing something for Northside here.
Yeah, Thrash in the shotgun set. It's another give to Tarboro on the misdirection. He is swallowed up by the Panthers. I'm not sure he got that first down. That's big number 78 wrapping him up, Al Britton. And it looks like they're getting a little chippy, trying to figure this one out right now.
Talk about it almost.
And there's the warning. We are under 6 minutes, and that is a heat timeout for kids to get some water. We'll be back right after the break. Into the first quarter, we just had our first hydration break. Smith Station, Northside, no scores yet, but the Patriots are driving, Tony.
We talk about it, man. The run game on both sides for both teams has been explosive tonight. Alex Tarboro really making a mark on himself and making sure that he tries to power his team into the end zone. A lot of excitement out of this guy. He's playing with a lot of grit, man.
Now, Tarboro's running downhill. He's been every single play for Northside, and this is a team that's switching to the spread that people talked about, hey, they can really throw this ball, but 2 straight ones with Tarboro. They're still on a 3rd and 1 at the Smith Station 31, and see if they go Tarboro again. They brought in 2 tight ends and Javion Floyd, the big defensive tackle, as an extra blocker. Let's see if they got it.
Talk about that beef up front, man. Those guys are holding their own tonight.
Thrash moving Tarboro to his left. And it will be another give to Tarboro up the right side. He makes a man miss on the spin move. And down to the 27. is Alex Tarboro. I mean, how many times am I going to say his name tonight, Tony?
I guarantee you about 100 more tonight, Drew. That man is slippery when it comes to running that ball, and another first down here for the Patriots. You can only imagine it's only a matter of time before they punch this thing in.
All right, the heavy set moves off the field because Tarboro just moved the chains. Northside inside the 25 right now. And let's see if they finally let that ball finally go on a pass play here. Or are they going Tarboro again, Tony?
At this point, man, I feel like if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep giving Tarboro. Feed the man. Feed the crow. Feed the beast right now. The kid is amazing.
We talked about it. We were expecting Smith Station to run that clock down. Northside has run it every single play. And it looks like Freeman's going to want a timeout right now and take a break. Tony, give me your thoughts right now. What have you seen from these two teams? What is really impressing you?
Drew, I got to say, first and foremost, shout out to Bryson Freeman coming in early on. He takes the aggressive approach on the run, and we're seeing a lot of positivity out of it. He talked about Alex Tarboro being one of his big guys that he's going to go to all night long, and you're seeing he trusts his man 100%. He's making the plays. He's being guided. Shout out to Thrash coming in and really owning this offense early on. Just a lot of excitement so far.
Yeah, we've only seen runs from Northside, which is kind of crazy because talking to Coach Freeman, he was just talking about, hey, we want to air this thing out. We're trying to get this play moving. Obviously, game plan kind of changes when you set up at the 3. You don't really get to draw up that deep ball on a spread. You're just making sure you're getting away from that. Alex Tarboro did that with tenacity. I mean, that was a 50-yard run. Then you got a little change at the end that put them in great field position right now. As you see the teams heading back onto the field, Bryson Freeman needed a little check with his team to get back to it, and they got a fresh set of downs, and it's starting at the 24-yard line.
How are we feeling about this defensive approach from the Panthers tonight? What more could we do here? Do you assume a blitz is coming, an ISO on Tarboro? What does it look like to you, Drew?
I mean, I like it because, Northside was like, well, if they're going to gash us running the football and they're going to drain our defense down, we're going to do the exact same thing. John Harrelson is back at OC for the Northside Patriots after being at Oak Mountain the past couple years. Bryson Freeman told me that was essential to bring him back. Thrash a fresh set of down. Let's see what he does. It's his first run, a read option, triple option. Swings it out to his man on the sideline. He's got room, and he is in for the score. Tyson Brown, and Northside has got our first touchdown of the night.
We knew it was coming, and Northside finally the first on the score. They draw first blood there. Shout out to the senior making a big-time play for his team early on.
I love the call here. Max Thrash on the triple option RPO. Tyson Brown just wide open, and he does the rest. Makes Smith Station look silly, running, showing off the speed, and he's got nothing but 6 on his mind.
Big-time play mentioned.
Northside lining up on a tricky situation there, looking like they're going for 2. Our Ben Stanfield standing by. Ben, what'd you think of that play right there?
Hey, guys, they set up that misdirection big time. Northside had been running the football down the field all night long. And then, like you said, the read option was there wide open. And their man was ready and waiting. And he turned on the Jets, able to get in for that touchdown there on that last play. Of course, you saw the extra point mishap here with Smith Station coming up big. That could prove to be a big to you.
Thank you, Ben. Now, this is a big thing. You see that field goal was just blocked, that PAT, so not what you'd love to see if you're Bryson Freeman. Guys got really excited about that. But quick start is what they had last week in their scrimmage for Northside. They got a pick, then they had a touchdown. He said after that, they just kind of exposed us, and we got to get better than that. We got to be better, even keel throughout the rest of the game. I'm curious to see how their defense and offense will roll out over the next quarter.
No doubt about it, Drew. You got to shout out those Panthers there on the play. It was Aiden Van and Trayvon Key, 2 essential guys that play both sides of the ball. Definitely a big-time stop there. You hope that might be the momentum shift just a slight bit. Not a big-time play, but that play could have detrimental reaction down the line.
Yeah, Tony talking about the PAT. You just saw Tyson Brown run that little triple option RPO down the field. Great read by Thrash there. Man. I told you he had some speed. He's a 400 sprinter guy, showing it off. And then he was like, you know what? I got Tyson Brown. He's a lot faster than me, and it showed because he had nothing but green grass in front. And Northside has got the lead right now.
Drew Brown made one cut, and before you knew it, that thing was out of there. It was over before it even started.
Absolutely, and we're going to get a kickoff here from Luke Baca to get it back to Smith Station. And you mentioned Trayvon Key, Aiden Van, guys who play both ways. This kick's short, and that's going to bounce around and go out of bounds, so that will be a flag on the play, and Smith Station will start at the 40-yard line. with 5:20 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Drew, a lot to talk about so far on this game. The run game by far is king. So far, both teams are definitely running the heck out of it. It seemed like finally Northside decided we're going to go for the throw. And we were able to see some great play there out of Trim Brown and just overall Tyson Brown making that big-time play. Now you got to wonder, can the Panthers respond? That's the biggest question going in.
Tony, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the beauty part of the RPO. You get the run, you get the pass, you get the option. you leave things on the table for your team, but you run the ball consistently. And Smith Station's like, whoa, where is this? We were talking about a spread team that had 5 receivers that could be a game changer. Tyson Brown's one of them. He's one of the 3 or 4 guys that just have straight speed, and they can see what they're doing. Now, Cohen Thomas has got to try to get his offense intact to try to get them down the field to answer the Patriots.
Joe, I've referenced it once. I'm going to reference it about 3 more times, man. There's a packed house in here tonight on both sides of the stadium. All those fans finally making their way in on both sides. And, man, it's a sight to see. What better night to have Friday night football than right here in Smith Station, Alabama.
Absolutely. The refs still trying to convene on the yardage mark and where they got to spot everything with 5:20 on the clock. Cohen Thomas and his offense trying to get something going. We saw Tarboro start to rip one off. You just know a kid like Trayvon Key is just itching to get back out there and put the ball in his hands so he could try to mimic what Tarboro did for his team.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Drew. You see a lot of plays. He showed us what sparks he has. I think they were really just waiting for that ultimate breakout here. And what's to say he can't have a spark plug himself and make something happen on this very first opening drive.
And here we go. Cohen Thomas under center, receiver to your bottom of your screen. Let's see what they got. Key is the motion man. It's a give to Sexton up the middle. He's fighting for those extra yards, but he's finally swallowed up and taken down, and will be 2nd and 8 for Smith Station.
Sexton gives that big bowling ball approach, man. He's able to barrel his way through the middle. That's what you kind of like to see as well. We talk about guys not avoiding the contact. And clearly, he likes to go straight into it. He's not the tallest guy on the team, but best believe he's making his presence known tonight.
Absolutely. Look, I love the fullback position. Sexton, I saw him last week in their scrimmage against Spencer on Thursday night. This kid, you said bowling ball, nail on the head. This kid was running people over left and right, and he's got a little speed. Don't be afraid to see him start going. Sexton has got a man next to him. It's Trayvon Key. It's Key on the counter to the outside. Key's got some room to run, and he's taken down at the 48. A first down, Trayvon Key's longest run of the night.
You got to shout that man out. I'm telling you, had he stayed up on his feet, that play was about to get deadly. But we were just talking about he's itching to have his moment there. And as you can see, the way he spins out and the way he takes off, man, there is a lot of built-up speed in this guy. I wouldn't be surprised if they run to him again and he's able to break that one off.
Tony, I got to talk about Key's acceleration there, man. Like the way he took that pivot step on the zone and he went, that what makes a great running back is your steps, and it showed. And they're set up with a fresh set of downs at the 48. Cohen Thomas gives to Sexton. He is tripped up and taken down, and that'll be 2nd and 6 from the 44.
As you see there, they are starting the ISO on Key. Big shout out there to 27, Taylor Fitzgerald, trying to come up on the play, able to stop it before some things were able to actually make him.
Yeah, look, Bryson Freeman was a defense coordinator at Northside for the past couple of years. You just know he's not going to let Trayvon Key try to do that to him all night long. I'm sure they're going to be making those adjustments and not let him break something off. Now, here we go. Cohen Thomas under center again in the wing T formation. Motion man across. It's Mitchell, and he is swallowed. Oh, he stayed up on his feet. And they're going to mark him down. I don't think he was down, Tony Reese.
Just called that man again. Taylor Fitzgerald, shout out to him there, literally blitzing that play, making the play early on. It didn't look like he was down, but Fitzgerald saw that number, read that thing like a book, man.
Now, Tony, Michael Spencer came screaming across on a little sweep from the wide back position. He looked to be taken down by Fitzgerald. I don't know if he was.
I think the refs are also questioning that as well, Drew.
Well, they're going to mark him down and at the line of possession, so that's going to make it 3rd and 10 for Smith Station. You got to think we're going to see the pass play here soon.
I feel like we haven't yet to see Cohen Thomas actually get that thing off. And that looked to be another
flags are going to come down on the field. And another penalty on Smith Station right when they start to have some progression and momentum. They get pushed back again like we saw in their first drive.
Based on that play there, it looked like it was going back to Spencer, so it looks like they're definitely sleeping and breathing by the run tonight. I think it's only a matter of time, especially if it's not before the half. You got to look at it and wonder when Cohen Thomas is going to send one deep.
You know, you have to figure kind of right now, 3rd and 15, you're at your own 47. The run hasn't been working as well as you probably would have liked. I think Cohen Thomas has got a strong enough arm. Can you get Trayvon Key kind of open on maybe a wheel route to down the sideline to make something happen? We'll have to see, but a key 3rd and 15 for Smith Station. And Blair Harrison's going to want some time to think this one over to see if he can drop another play. Northside's defense running off with intensity and confidence. Their student section loves it. They got the glow sticks out there, and they're loving it right now for the Patriot defense.
Drew, you said it there. The blackout theme for Northside tonight, and they are definitely letting their presence be known here in enemy territory as they have rolled out deep. I'm talking about half of Columbus's faithful here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And with 2:30 to play, Patriots up 6-0. Smith Station on a key 3rd and 15. Our Ben Stanfield is standing by live down on the field. Ben?
Hey, guys, this is back-to-back drives for Smith Station where penalties have been so huge, and it's going to cost them dearly if they cannot convert 3rd down yet again, because they had a big problem stopping that run of Northside. The band, I will say, when Northside's had the football has been a big problem for them noise-wise, but Northside's had really no other issues calling plays, moving the ball down the field. This is a pivotal 3rd down. It's a long one. It's 3rd down in Columbus for Smith Station right now, but if they can convert this, huge play. If they can't, they're going to be looking at trouble down the stretch here early in this ballgame. Back up to you.
Thank you, Ben. A big 3rd and 15 right now for Smith Station. Penalties, like Ben mentioned, have been a problem for the Panthers. Let's see if they could try to execute and keep this drive alive. Cohen Thomas under center, receiver to your top of your screen. Trayvon Key is the motion. It is a play-action rollout. Key looking backside, throwback screen to Key. He's got some room. Trayvon Key trying to make something. How is he up right now? Man. Finally taken down just back at the original line to gain. I mean, Trayvon Key, you saw it there, but just couldn't get enough. Northside all hats to the ball for the stop.
Drew, we got to talk about that play there, man. First off, poetry motion for Key to make something happen there, or try to make something happen in the better state. Man, one thing about it, we're going to be getting the best of him all night long, as we see here. No matter the score, no matter the outcome, that kid's going to be playing ball tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Angel Salabos will come on to punt. He had an excellent punt earlier. He downed Northside at the 1, and the Patriots were still able to go 99 yards to score for a touchdown. But let's see if he can get another great punt off. Just got that one off. This one looking for the coffin corner and is going to be downed at the 18-yard line. Oh, they're going to mark him at the 23. All right, so Northside offense is going to take over with 1:37 to play in this first quarter. So Labo's feeling good. I mean, 2 back-to-back punts. That's the real positive right now for Smith Station. But penalties are hurting you.
Drew, what would you give that letter grade for that drive there?
Well, you know, Tony, it's tough when you get in those penalty situations with those guys. You know, I'm not a teacher, so I was, but, you know, you got to get something going if you're Blair Harrison. You got to draw something out. I like the play call with the throwback screen. I think they didn't have enough time to set it up with the blocking. The pressure was in his face early enough. And now Northside will set up. They got 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Arias, that big tight end, I feel like he's going to do something big. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. And coach said he came in as a defensive end. He said, no, man, you got to play tight end. And here's the keeper by Thrash, and he's going to be taken down for a short gain of 2 to set up a 2nd and 8.
Big time stop there by Ashton Booth, the senior linebacker, making his presence known tonight.
Now we've only seen one pass, and we're going to see a little bit of RPO from Northside as they move Jamari Hooker to the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers at the top. Arias just off the back, kind of has the fullback position. The way Tarborough's set up right now, you got to figure they're going back to 4. And it's a give on the stretch play. Tarborough's got some room to run. Makes a man miss. Alex Tarborough, he's breaking free. Can they stop him? They cannot. Alex Tarborough's got 6, and he's got the end zone. Touchdown, Northside, but there is a flag on the play at the 47-yard line.
Drew, we talk about it there. Tarborough, as I mentioned, watching that man, his face is impressive, but it looks like his man might have messed him up there in the Marion West, trying to get that blind side block. It looks like they might be bringing this thing on back.
There was a block in the back on Northside, and a huge electric run from Tarborough is coming all the way back to the 50.
You got to talk about it, man, just the way he was able to break those tackles there. And as we see there on your screen, West just trying to help his man out, but by doing that, certain things you can't do, man. You can't do it.
So that's the situation they kind of teach you as kids. You throw your hands up and you just kind of run past them. Don't try to initiate that block because that just happens, and you just lost 6 points onto the board.
Well, we got to talk about had that thing held up, man. That arguably might have been our play of the week on the night.
Alex
maybe next
Tarboro,
week.
man,
that was impressive.
He's unreal, and you're seeing it on the WTVM State Line Showdown. An impressive play from number 4, and I think Tarboro is going to need a rest after that one and some other big runs for him. They're going to have Josh Fitzgerald come in. He's an excellent tailback. He's a junior, and we got 46 seconds until that quarter stops. They're going to try to re-get these sticks lined up after a huge run by Tarboro got called back from an unnecessary block in the back, and they'll be set up at the 43 of their own side of the field. Thrash trying to get the offense settled up, try to figure out what they want to do. Like I mentioned, Tarboro on the sideline getting some water that I think he much deserves right now, Tony.
Man, after a play like that, that man needs water, Gatorade, and a snack. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Thrash in shotgun set. Fitzgerald right behind him. I give to Fitzgerald on the stretch. He's got a little room to run. Fitzgerald trying to turn around the field, but he is swallowed up by a pride of Panthers. That's the big man up the middle, Al Britton, for the loss.
Big-time play there, man. We knew now Smith Station anticipating another big-time run. They were like, look, we're going to stop this thing now before it gets too ugly again. As they look to close out the quarter here, rounding out going into the end of the first quarter.
I mean, Northside going with the exact same play that Tarboro just had that huge run on. Fitzgerald just couldn't get away this time. Smith Station very ready for it. And it takes him for a loss of 1. And we got 10 seconds left, and it looks like Northside is going to let this clock trickle down and take us to the quarter. But right now, it is 6-0 Patriots at the end of the first quarter. We got much more on the 4th annual State Line Showdown coming up after the break.
Back a moment ago, I think he may have had another problem on that run as well. Alex Tarboro let go of the ball very close to when he crossed the goal line, if maybe not before. That's something that I believe a coach will have a conversation with him about tonight. But hang on to that football until you get to the promised land, my man, because it was razor thin. He did get a touchdown signal, but I don't know. It was very, very close. A 1-2 punch, if you will, on that touchdown run. It's a shame that it came back because he really worked his tail off to earn that touchdown. So we'll see if Northside can respond, but I wanted to point that out to you. Let's send it back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Ben. And Northside has already started off a little RPO screen, and he is lit up and taken back for a loss. Trying to get that little RPO working once again with Jamari Hooker, but he's got nothing. Smith Station all ready for it.
Look like Christian Munoz there on the play, man, making it look too nasty of a block.
All right, now Northside's got a 3rd and 9 set up. You got to think they got to push the ball down the field. We have not seen them do that yet. We've seen a lot of just RPO screens to the side, and it's worked, including number 4, Alex Tarboro. But let's see what Thrash has got and try to push this ball downfield to get the Patriots drive. Keep moving.
Drew, I'll take Alex Tarboro for 500, please.
It's a sprint out to his left. Thrash looking to throw, fires, and caught. What a catch by Stratton Garst, the senior. A big possession receiver called him by Bryson Freeman, and you see why. Somehow coming down with that, and what a rifle throw by Maxwell Thrash.
Drew, one thing about it, we are seeing some elite play out of both of these teams, but this man, Thrash, is putting it on the money tonight. That's a big-time grab. Looking like OBJ out there, man. Looking very impressive.
And I mean, that was great coverage by Trayvon Key, and Thrash just got it to Garst. He's able to hold on, get him a fresh set of downs, and they are in Smith Station territory at the 44-yard line. Tarboro back in the game. It's a stretch right with him. He's got blockers in front. Tarboro making a man miss and then finally brought down. It's going to be 2nd and 5 at the 38.
I've said it once, Drew. I'll say it again. That man in the open space is deadly. But Key reading him like a book and is there for the big-time stop.
Yeah, absolutely, Tarboro. They like that stretch play, Tony. I mean, they're running it quite a bit. We saw Fitzgerald get in that big 75-yard touchdown run that had been called back on Tarboro. Was that similar play? So if it's ain't broke, don't fix it. Haven't seen them really open up the playbook yet with this new offensive coordinator. Let's see if Thrash can do it again. It's a keeper with him. He's got a lane in front, and he's going to be, I don't know if he got that first down. He had the stretch out late, Let's see where they mark him. And I think they're going to put him about a yard short. And here comes that heavy set formation. And the heavy set formation includes Javion Floyd.
That man Thrash going into the contact as well. It's not every day you see that. Scare away from it. But this man says, I'm going to attack it head on and try to help my team in any way get those yards.
Yeah, for sure. And here comes Thrash. He's going to come into the huddle, try to get this thing going. And with those big set in, you have to imagine a run here with 7 seconds on the play clock. Thrash is going to try to get this one off. I don't know if he will. And Bryson Freeman's going to call a timeout to get them that fresh set and try to do it again with a 3rd and 1 set up at the 35.
Seeing a lot of positivity here. As we know, Alex Tarboro definitely a point of emphasis for this Northside Patriots team tonight on both sides. Thrash really making a name for himself here. If people didn't know the name Max Thrash, by the end of this game, best believe you're going to know the name Max Thrash.
Yeah, if you're just joining in, Max Thrash, I said the story a little bit earlier, transferred in. He comes from a military family. They were living in Italy last year, moved to Columbus. This is a military area over here. A lot of people are. Thrash, a 3-sport kid, runs track, excellent speed runner in the 400, and then he's also a baseball kid, and he's the starting quarterback now for the Northside Patriots. So he's got some zip. He can really throw that ball around. The question is now, can he get the job done in this game of the Smith Station? And I mentioned it earlier. Coach Freeman went to one of his baseball games and saw him play and said, you know what? This is a kid that's got some moxie. He said he saw him standing up there on the field and was just like, this kid's got confidence galore. This kid's going to make a starting quarterback.
And I can see why we knew Freeman coming in year 1 wanted to make something happen. It looks like we have.
And it's going to be a 3rd and 1 set up right now for the Northside Patriots. They got that heavy set in there. Let's see what Thrash can do. Tarboro is the man behind him. It's a give to Tarboro. He's going to get the first down and more. And inside the 30 goes Alex Tarboro for a Northside first down.
Are we really surprised here at this point that Alex Tarboro was going to be the guy they turn to get those positive yards there? Another big-time first down play.
And it gets them a fresh set of downs early on here as they're moving through. And let's see what they got. They got a new tailback in there. Give Tarboro that break. They're going to have dual receivers on both sides of the field. And let's see what Thrash can do here with a fresh set of downs at the 30-yard line. Try to make it a 2-score game here at TC Britton Field. It's a give up the middle to Fitzgerald. He's fighting for those extra yards. But Smith Station gets a good stop, and he's brought down for only a gain of 3.
Talk about a gang of Panthers there on the stop there. It looks like they're starting to get hip. That definitely the run game is Northside's game tonight. And what better way to stop it?
Senior edge rusher Jeremiah Bailey making it happen. Quick, no huddle for Thrash and company. That RPO triple option out to the man on the side. Tyson Brown down inside the red zone to the 12-yard line. And Northside is in the red area moving down the field.
Drew, we talk about it, man. One thing about it, they're going to eat, sleep, and breathe tonight on that run game. And it's definitely working for them so far in different facets. There's been, 3-4 different guys that have touched the ball tonight for positive yards. You can only imagine it's going to keep going that way all through tonight.
You know, Northside, they just have so many weapons that they can disperse to. And Thrash has got a plethora of that. But when you got a running back like Tarboro, and he's running like he is right now, you got to keep it rolling.
Once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, brother.
Trips bunch to the bottom of the screen, and then Tarboro just keeps spinning and spinning, but this time brought down for a loss from Smith Station. It's 28, Landon Lehman, who's also going to see a little bit of that tailback tonight, but hey, finishing the play there to keep Tarboro wrapped up.
You said it there. A lot of positivity going on, man. And now Panthers have their name. They have that adjustment there, trying to make something happen. I don't know on a second down play here. Do you go over the top or do you go right to the...
Yeah, 2nd and 10 at the moment for Thrash and this offense to try to get this thing moving and rolling and try to keep it going right now with 7 minutes on the clock. Thrash Gives it to, no, keeps it himself. That ball almost picked off by Smith Station. Oh, that could have been devastating. Very close. Knocked down by Stathan Kienzl, sorry. Knocking it down.
Brings up third down.
And 3rd and 10 with 7:09 to play for the Northside Patriots.
A big-time third-down play here. If Smith Station can get a stop, this would be a big-time play for them, knowing that the score is still only one score, 6-0. That's not a bad place to be in, especially if you can put points on the board going into halftime.
Absolutely, and 3rd and 10, they're going to see some receivers move in. Arias is going to be split into the slot. Coach Freeman told me they like him in the spot the most just because the big frame, the big body, and he moves super well. Let's see what Thrash has got. And it looks like Freeman's going to want a timeout to kind of evaluate, because this is a key point in the game, Tony. You can make this a 2-touchdown message, and we got a weather timeout with about 7:09 to play in this one. And we're rocking and rolling here at TC Britton Field in Smith Station. Oh, sorry. Bryson Freeman called the timeout. It was not a weather delay. We're a little bit early on that clock right now. That weather delay or the heat warning will come in another minute. But a big 3rd and 10, Tony. What do you think Northside's got to do to try to shoot for the end zone? Are you going up the middle, or are you trying to maybe try to throw Tarboro on a little screen pass?
Drew, I think we've seen a number of ways they've been able to get it done tonight. I think you go off the screen. I mean, you saw it earlier to Tyson Brown. I think that's going to be one of your key catalysts here. But I also could see Tarboro definitely getting the ball in the open stretch again. Maybe send him on a little bubble screen. I see that goes quick. You know, he has quick feet, quick cut. I think he can get up the field and possibly put him 6 more on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Bryson Freeman wanted that timeout for a reason. Saw a look maybe they didn't like. And Smith Station's defense trying to get that student section rolling. They're right in that corner. The band is loud right behind them in that end zone. And they want to shut this down and potentially hold Northside to 0 or even 3.
One thing about it, 2 things to show, man, this Smith Station crowd is definitely keeping their team in this one.
Absolutely, a jam-packed crowd on both sides from Northside and Smith Station. Thrash on a speed option, keeping it himself, and he just gets enough, but not enough for the first down, and it'll set up a 4th and 6 for the Patriots.
Aiden Van there, stepping up big in the pocket to help stop that play against Max Thrash to result in a 4th down play and not a first down. This is when we talk about key players making key time plays, and that's a big play to help your team keep the other team from scoring.
Absolutely, and Bryson Freeman doesn't want to risk it for the biscuit. He's going for the kick, and it's going to be a decently far one for Luke Baiza to try to punch this one in.
See here, Baca
about 27 yards out. That kick is up, and it is good. Northside's going to take the lead 9-0 with 6:30 to play here in the second quarter.
If you're a Northside fan, that's a 9-point lead over a team. But if you're Smith Station, you're not looking at this as, oh, it's a bad thing. You're only up by 9. You're only down by 9, it is. That's not a lot of points to not be able to get in. Or one quick play there to make it 9-7, of course, with the PAT. And then going into half, it should be an exciting one to see if you can get the ball back and make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Northside leading 9-0. I'm sure they would have loved to have that Tarboro touchdown back with 6:28 to play. I did see the referee throw his hands up. That means we finally got that water break warning for the hydration break with 6:28 to play in the second quarter. We'll be back right after the break.
Hey, welcome back to the State Line Showdown. Ben Stanfield with you here at field level. And I got to tell you, we're taking heat timeouts tonight, but the weather is amazing here. There's 2 storm systems that have moved, one to our south and one to our north, have really lowered the temperature. We're like, I mean, it's a little almost chilly on the field right now. It's in the 70s. We got a breeze, and we're playing great football tonight, having a lot of fun. We did see some lightning that drew an audible gasp from the crowd a little bit earlier. That lightning, I checked the Storm Team 9 weather alert app up in Hamilton. So you can see it, but it ain't close by. So we're playing ball, baby. Back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you, Ben. Well, you just saw the kickoff. Travis Wakefield making a big tackle for the Northside Patriots to push Smith Station back behind the 35, or that's 20-yard line, and they will set up. Smith Station trying to answer down right now, 9-0 with 6:24 to play in the first half.
Northside definitely trying to set the tone early on that, hey, they're in this game and they're going to be hitting you hard and scoring easy. That's what the looks is. Now we got to see if Smith Station can actually respond in this one.
Let's see what Harrison's got in his old bag of tricks. A give to Sexton, not getting much, but he'll move the chains just a touch to bring up a 2nd and 6 with 6:10 to play. And they like to run the ball, so this has got to be the drive that you got to punch something in and get some points, because they did receive the kickoff to start, so they will be kicking to Northside. You got to get something on the board here to have some motivation going into halftime.
Drew, you said it there. Sexton, as I mentioned early on in the game, definitely one of those guys they're going to be turning to all night long. And despite the size, he makes up for it in his tenacity, the grit he plays with, and just overall the speed he has in his arsenal.
Yeah, Cohen Thomas under center. It looks like a false start there. Ball got snapped. No one else moved. Well, let's see what the call was. Maybe it was someone jumping a little bit too early on the offsides.
Look like the Panthers just got a little bit of too ahead of themselves.
False start on the Panthers.
5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Well, he just heard the official there. 5-yard penalty, going to push him back for a 1st and 15. Tony, we're beating an old drum at this point. Just the issues that Smith Station is having with the penalties. They get a little motivation, and they move, and the momentum just keeps killing these drives, man.
Like you mentioned, Drew, you definitely want to see if this team can actually show what they're made of and get some points here before halftime just to go into a great position.
Yeah, Cohen Thomas on the bootleg. Let's see what he looks for. He's got a man over the side. It's Key. He can't. Oh, he just ran out of real estate. Can't hold on. And we got some scrappy play coming over and flags fly in as Trayvon Key can't hold on to that ball.
Man, we talk about it there.
Separated.
Definitely would have been an all-time play there from Key, but just was not able to hold on to it. But we talk about the chippiness on both sides. Once again, like the 3rd instance we've seen of a chippy play as things are starting to escalate here. A lot of animosity going into the end of that one.
I like the play call right there, Tony, and just Trayvon Key not being able to hold on as he just ran out of space and ran out of bounds. But the chippiness after the play and these flags flying in, I believe it will be on Northside.
Talk about a lot there. Looks like Trey Bluntman, he got a little bit agitated on that play, wanted to really bark about something. But meanwhile, there's still a lot of dirty laundry on the field, looking to see if this works in favor of the Panthers or against the Panthers. Lord knows they could use it in favor of it.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. And the scrappy play, that's a part of it. We mentioned that this game is a little bit of a rivalry game. It's the first time these two teams have played. It's the 4th annual State Line Showdown. A trophy is on the line. An MVP trophy is on the line.
If they didn't know, that's a new thing we're installing this year.
We did that last year as well.
Okay.
Classic Opelika Callaway overtime shootout.
Man, was that a good one.
2A Callaway at the time, and last year's 7A state runner-ups in Alabama, which was just an absolute thriller down to the wire. Opelika came up on top and really just turned the season around from there. You see this play here. I like the rollout call. He's got his man Key opening the flat. Key just can't bring it down. He's bobbling a little too much, and by the time he could get another hand on it, he was well out of bounds. Referee still trying to figure out the scrappy play after that one. And all that laundry started flying in when the two Northside and Smith Station players were going in.
There are 3 fouls on the play.
Cohen Thomas there.
We have an ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. Then we have 2 dead ball personal fouls against the defense. All penalties will be assessed.
So there was an illegal man downfield on that play, and then 2 dead ball fouls on sportsmanlike conduct. That's shoving. Really can't have that in this game, and I believe those penalties will offset. And it looks like they're going to move it up, I believe, both on sportsmanlike conduct.
It'll be 1st down, Panthers.
And the Panthers will get a 1st down, and they're moving that ball all the way up to the 45.
Big time play there, Drew. You hear the crowd getting hype about that one, knowing their team needed a push like that. Hopefully they're able to convert with 5:19 to go into the half. Like I mentioned, you definitely want to put at least some points on the board, whether it be 3. You'd love to get 7 early on, but if you can at least put something on the board, it helps you have some type of momentum going into the half.
I think you need to keep that positive momentum truly as an offense. You can't let these penalties just negate everything, because that first drive, it was 3rd and 30. The second drive, a 3rd and 15, and you just couldn't really find their footing. Now a fresh set of downs at your own 45. It's a 9-0 game. You're still very much in this
but you need a score before you head into the break.
Drew, you said it here. We can only hope that Smith Station is able to put together a solid drive to put some points on the board, or else this game is going to get out of hand early on.
Yeah, we're going to see what Smith Station's got in their bag of tricks. And Blair Harrison takes out. It's a counter to Key. He's got nowhere to go. He lost the ball there, but he looked like he got banged up, and that ball was out. And it looks like it'll be a loss of one. Not what you want to see from Smith Station's star tailback, who now heads over to the sideline.
Looks like they're bringing in Landon Lehman in his place. I definitely don't want to see that with Key, but you understand he needs a breather, hopefully bounce back. But hopefully it's just a stinger, and he's back in the next play.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. Landon Lehman, I got to bring this up.
He was very good in their scrimmage against Spencer. Had a couple big runs.
Okay.
I believe he hurdled a man.
Ooh.
That got called back.
I
which
did
is very
see that
illegal
one. That was a
in
little
the
viral
GHSA,
clip. Yeah.
And it was a very cool play of him to see. But he has that kind of Blair Harrison running out there trying to get a timeout. And he will burn his first of the evening on a 2nd and 10 on the 45-yard line. With 4:32 to play, Northside leading 9-0 at the moment. Smith Station, I mean, you got 4 minutes to play till the break. You got to get some kind of forward progress with this offense and have some confidence going into the break that you can get up on the whiteboard, make the correct adjustments, and try to make this a competitive ball game in the third quarter.
Drew, you said it here. If you definitely, that's the goal, put points on the board. You don't want to go in 9-0 into the halftime knowing that bulletin board material, you can only imagine what coach's press conference is going to be. Meanwhile, there's a lot going on, man, just looking to see if they can punch it in and make something of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. 4:32 to play in the second quarter. Ben Stanfield's on the sideline standing by. Ben, a lot of penalties negating this Smith Station offense.
Yeah, and we saw running back Travion Key come off just a moment ago. He was treated on his right knee, just above, almost in his thigh range in that area, but it looked like maybe a cramp of some sort. He's up and moving. He's not with any hindrances, but did look like he was in a little bit of pain there briefly. But trainers checking him out. I think he'll be back in the game before we know it. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Ben. Like you mentioned, Trayvon Key, he's back up quick, and he's standing right next to Blair Harrison. I'm sure he'll be in back on that next play. But Landon Lehman, his backup, is in. Sexton gets the ball, and he is met by a swarm of Patriots and taken down big time by number 2, Travis Wakefield.
Wakefield there making another big-time stop for his team. Definitely what we've been seeing all night long from this Northside Patriots defense. They are stopping anything and everything that Smith Station is trying to make go.
Now, you preach gang tackling, and that's a perfect job. I'm sorry, that was Zabe Thompson and number 7, Damian Smith there on the breakup to push him back. And Sexton, we called him a little bit of a bowling ball, trying to get those chunk yardage. And right now it's 3rd and 7 with 3:50 to go in the second quarter. Trayvon Key back in the game. It's a play-action pass. Cohen looking deep. He's got a man downfield. Wide open, hangs on, and he's brought down in the red zone. A huge strike to J.J. Oliver.
You talk about Juwan, J.J. Oliver stepping up big for his team. That's that spark plug play we need to see out of this Panthers offense, and that's the way how you really get your team going.
Yeah, they're going a little no huddle here, picking up the pace, because that's the first big chunk change play of the night. J.J. Oliver, Cohen Thomas, a strike over the middle. Oliver just hanging on and sets up Smith Station inside the Northside 15.
We've been waiting all night long to see Cohen Thomas get that long ball going, and that's how you capitalize early on to show some momentum going into that.
Cohen Thomas gives it to Sexton. He's trying to bowling ball his way. He's still going. Offensive line gives him a little push, and that's going to make it 2nd and 4 from inside the 10-yard line.
Looks like that spark plug play we were waiting to see if Smith Station had in them, and it looks like they've put that energy back in their back, and everything is starting to go their way.
Absolutely, Tony. It only takes one play, and J.J. Oliver definitely helped with that. Now, 2nd and 4 for Cohen Thomas and company to try to punch something in here, to not be walking in with a goose egg when it comes to the half. Thomas will give to Trayvon Key. Key up the middle, fighting his way and falling forward, but I don't think he got enough for the first down. But they are inside the 5 now.
Shout out to Keith for coming back in and responding, showing, hey, I can take a lick or two and I can give one out as well.
You know, that's textbook too, Tony. As a running back, you get hit, you're knocked down, you got to fall forward. Get those extra yards, and now it's set up, instead of a 3rd and 4, it's a 3rd and 2. And Smith Station's knocking on the door with 2:10 to play in the second quarter. And the Panther faithful liking it. It's a give on the outside. A key on the misdirection, and he's in for a Panther score. Smith Station on the board first.
We just mentioned it there. What a way to respond. Mr. Trayvon Key, you step out the game, you come back in, and you make something happen.
Smith Station scores, makes it 9-6. And a player is down for the Northside Patriots. Jalen Wilson, it looks like. But Trayvon Key, a huge run there to finally get the Panthers on the board, Tony.
Drew, that's what we were talking about. You want to have a play. You knew you needed to put some points on the board, and what better way to do it than with an explosive run like that to try to just bring this game within now 2 if you convert the PAT.
Well, how about the big pass to J.J. Oliver, setting up Trayvon Key on a beautiful misdirection. You see it here, setting him up, and then finally getting their first score of the evening with 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Now we've got a ball game, Mr. Pavon. This is what we've been hoping to see all night long. As we mentioned now, it's just 9-6, literally all of 3 points between the two teams. And it looks like Mr. Wilson is up and running.
Now, talk about Trayvon Key, just it kind of motivates you as a tailback when you're going against an opposition who is just as talented as you are. I mean, both coaches gave each guy such high praise, saying these guys could play anywhere in their regions, and they play in arguably the toughest regions in Alabama, and backs can really make it done, and I'm excited to see what they got left, because Northside, 2-minute trail, they're up 3. You got to imagine they're going to try to push the ball down the field. But Smith Station, we know they're going to run the football. Just waiting for Trayvon Key to really rip one out here.
Drew, we talked about it coming into this matchup, seeing 2 elite play in Trayvon Key and Alex Tarboro, and they are living up to the hype tonight.
Well, the PAT is up, and it is blocked and off the bottom upright. That will keep this as a 3-point game. A huge set there. We talked about the first PAT that got blocked on Northside's first touchdown. Patriots returning the favor to the Panthers. So now it is a 3-point ball game with 2 minutes to play, and Northside's going to get the ball.
Said it there, Drew. Tough play there by Mr. Hayden Ward. You can't really fall back on those plays. You got to shake it off. You know, it's just the one you miss. Just come back the next play and go out and do it again. We know you're capable of doing it, but definitely don't want to beat yourself up here because there's still a lot of ball game to be played.
Absolutely, Tony. I mean, we got an entire second half.
Come on now.
You see the JROTC, they're getting their push-ups.
Oh, yeah. You know, I used to be part of that back in the day. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah,
Tony
man. Say, shout out to them.
Mr. JROTC.
Yeah.
All right, 9-6 right now, 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. Smith Station's going to kick it off momentarily to Northside to try to get this thing going.
Drew, a lot of positive on that play now. Talk about just a 3-point game, a lot of excitement.
Yeah, and not too much time, but expecting the 2-minute drill. Our resident expert, Ben Stanfield, live down on the field. Mr. Stanfield.
Hey, real quick, live update on Jalen Wilson, number 6, the linebacker for Northside. Came off favoring his right knee. I think he's going to be okay, but took him a second. Maybe a mixture of cramps plus took a pretty good shot in traffic there on that touchdown play as well. But it looks like he's going to be okay, come back in the game very soon.
And the kick is underway. Trying to have some trouble bobbling it. Who got it? Smith Station looked like they had it for a moment, but Northside is able to recover. Oh, that would have been huge for the Panthers.
Big time play there. It almost looked at Zacharias Mitchell, that is, almost tried to come up with it. Might have just dropped it just a little bit there to give it back to Northside. But talk about the effort they had there on that play to try to make something happen.
I mean, Tony, those are kind of one of those situations where you're talking to your return man, Jamari Hooker. Young man, just get down on the ball. He's a sophomore. Don't try to be the hero. Get down. And you see what almost happened. He's bobbling the ball around. And Smith Station almost would have had diamond field position in the red zone.
Talk about it here, Drew, under the 2-minute mark. It's just a 9-6 game. This is definitely some positive going in. Now you can only hope the defense can show up like the offense did this last drive.
Max Thrash sending a man in motion. And it's a give to Tarboro, who's got some space on the right side. Tarboro making a little jump, but it's going to set up a 2nd and 5 as that clock starts to tick down.
Mr. Tarboro taking off a flight there. You are clear, my guy. This man trying to make plays through the air, on the ground. What can he do tonight?
Yeah, that clock's really rolling down now. I'm curious to see if Northside's going to put some hurry into their offense with 1:30 to play, and the clock just goes tick, 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 tick. And Bryson Freeman would like them to be smart, knowing they will get the ball to come out of the half.
Drew, a lot of positive on both sides now. I think there's definitely a lot of time still left. I think the play can be made. Are you expecting the deep ball here?
Yeah, it's a give back to Tarboro. He's making a man miss on the spin move, but he is brought down to the line again. So it is 1:10 to go, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 5.
Tackled by number 3.
Let's add some new players to the mix there. Looks like Nico Lundy in on the back end of that tackle, trying to make something happen for his team.
Now, you got to think Freeman's just trying to milk this clock down, get back in unscathed, maybe try to get a first down here with 50 seconds to play. Blair Harrison yet to call a timeout and try to stop this Northside clock from rolling. And Northside's just going to let it run as the play clock gets to 10. You have to imagine it's going to be another run with Tarboro here. Garce is the motion. It's a jet sweep to him, and he is swallowed up for a loss. Back to the original line of scrimmage. That's Dathan Kinsey for the loss.
Big time stop there from the big man. What better way than to catch it? It looked like there was some miscommunication on the north side, so for them to be able there, and now it looks like we're in that timeout, Drew. We're just talking about it, and now it looks like it's going to take place.
Yeah, Blair Harrison knows he's got 22 seconds to maybe try to do something. You get a good return. You set up, maybe try to tie this ball game on a field goal.
We talked about it, man. Smith Station having to have a defense respond in the way the offense did. And did they do it by some? Man, this looks to be electric here. This is a great thing to stop 9-6 if you were to go in the half. That's not a bad score. You know, we talk about it. You're only down by 3. Still a lot of momentum and a whole second half to play. This is kind of where you want to be, knowing that you're not getting the ball back coming out the half, but you've been able to make something happen early on.
Yeah, let's see if Smith Station can get a good field position here on the punt and try to maybe walk away with some points, maybe even try to take the lead before the half. Like I mentioned before, Northside will start the second half with the ball.
You said it, Drew. At this point, if they can get 3, you have a tie ball game going into the half.
You got a point there, Tony Reese. Now, number 28 for Smith Station, Landon Lehman, their backup tailback, will be back to try to return this one. And Northside's going to try to punt it away on a 4th and 10 and 25 seconds to play. The student section's getting loud right now. Smith Station lining up like they want to block this thing, and Northside's kind of ready for it with the max punt. Trayvon Key runs onto the field last second, and a flag comes in.
False start.
That's a false start on the Patriots, so that's going to back them up 5 more and bring that pressure of a punt block even more.
Now, we've seen it once. Could we see it again? A big-time block there would put Smith Station in great field position, and this thing could turn around.
Yeah, let's see what they got. Back there to punt it. It's a low snap, almost blocked. That ball's going to get a decent bounce. Lehman tries to pick it up, and he gets drilled, and a flag comes in late. Landon Lehman let that ball bounce, go right to him, and he got lit up.
Lehman did not anticipate that. I don't think anybody did at that point. Now just to see, hopefully he's able to shake off what looked to be a nasty stinger.
Yeah, there's going to be 17 seconds on the clock, some laundry on the field after that late hit on Lehman, and he was lit up on a look-to-be helmet-to-helmet contact. He is still down on the field. He's being checked by the training staff at the moment. With 17 seconds to go, Blair Harrison and his squad are going to try to get some dialed up.
Definitely not what you want to see.
See that ball,
one of
Lehman
these key
thinking
players
he
of
can
the
get
game.
it there. 20 right in his face, lit him up. And I don't think he was expecting him to deliver that kind of blow to start.
It's Northside's Josh Fitzgerald. I'm sure he was just trying to make the play. Sometimes these things can get a little testy here. Kids go a little bit too hard, too extreme, but praying that all things are okay here with Mr. Lehman.
And Mr. Lehman is up on the field right now, and that is great to see for the Smith Station Panthers with 17.8 seconds to play. We'll see where they spot this ball after the helmet-to-helmet contact on the flag.
Big time here. You have 17 seconds. 17 seconds to make a play, make something happen. Drew, can they get it done?
I think you can. After we saw that pass play to J.J. Oliver, we could really see it, try to make something happen and get this thing rolling.
Well, we'll see here. Blair Harrison and staff are thinking, as we mentioned, 17 seconds to at least either tie this thing up or go for glory and take a lead. A lot of time, but not too much time in the same right.
Absolutely. And now Lehman a little shaken up on the play, and he's walking back to the sideline. Smith Station going to see where this ball will be assessed and see how they want to approach this play.
Positive play there. Definitely Lehman still looks to be shaken up, but glad to see that the crowd is able to get behind him, and this young man is still able to walk off the field on his own accord.
Lehman takes a big hit, and they're trying to assess the situation right now and figure out where they would like to stop this ball.
15-yard penalty.
You see Blair Harrison on the sideline.
He's electing a free kick after a fair catch.
To his kicker, just say, hey, get ready. Get ready. We may go to you here if we get close enough. Blair Harrison's got his timeouts.
I can only assume, Mr. Pavon, that Cohen Thomas is aiming to go deep here, and I can't say I'm mad at the play call.
Well, Tony, they're going to be set up at the 30-yard line right on the dot with 17.8 seconds to play. Now, you got to think, if you're Blair Harrison, you got your timeouts. You don't have all of them. You got 2. And you can try to configure, all right, do we take a shot to get in better field goal range, or do we take a shot at the end zone right here and then worry about the field goal range after?
I think knowing that you still have your timeouts, you want to go ahead and try to take at least 2 shots, and then at most, give me 6 seconds on the board to try to tie this thing up going into a field goal to have.
First down, Panthers.
Absolutely, and they're going to respot the ball once again. It's going to be first down Panthers from the 33, not the 30, after some confusion there. Let's see what they're able to do.
Seeing there, Hayden Ward going to take things out first. A lot of excitement just to see what he's able to do there.
It'll be a free kick.
Now, Hayden Ward is coming out to do a free kick, which seeing this in high school is very
I don't think
out
I've
of
ever
the
seen
ordinary.
This. Yeah, I don't think I've
personally seen one in person before, but usually it happens after a punt and a penalty with very little time left. Ward is going to try to attempt this from the 34-yard line. 33-yard line, sorry.
Drew, this game is living up to something, man. I don't think I've ever witnessed something like this in person. So
hey, man, you come to the State Line Showdown, you're getting first. Here's Ward to try to attempt the free kick. It is up. Does it have the distance? It does not. It is no good.
Not the results the Smith Station
Interesting
Panthers
play call.
hope for there. With 17 seconds, I thought they would have at least tried to take one shot,
At
maybe
least
2.
A shot downfield. Interesting play call. I mean, you have the ability to take the free kick. You're lined up for about a 50-yarder, I guess, but you get that opportunity to kind of kick it like a kickoff, and nobody's really blocking your way. And there's 17.8 seconds to play here, and Northside's going to have it. They're going to line up, it looks like, for a kneel, and that will potentially send us to the break.
I see the objective to try to go for the tie there, Drew, but at the same time, you have 3 timeouts. I see you at least take one shot, take off about 6 seconds, that gets you at 11, and then, test your luck then. But, hey, a lot of game left to be played.
I'd love to know, Ben Stanfield's got to ask Blair Harrison about that free kick there. I mean, that was something else. That's the first time I've personally ever seen one. Northside's going to take a knee, and we're going to go to the half, and it's a 9-6 ball game with the Patriots in the lead. Smith Station has got some momentum rolling through as we end the first half here. And the Patriots, you hear the student section for Northside going crazy. Smith Station wants to have something to cheer for. And they're trying to roll this one through, and let's see what they could get going. They will throw 20 minutes onto the clock for the half. Tony, biggest takeaway so far? I mean, you look at Smith Station. And Ben Stanfield is with Blair Harrison right now. Ben.
Hey, Coach, talk to us about that free kick. Can you explain the situation that led to that?
Yeah, it was just fair catch interference. You get a free kick if you do that. So we're just trying to get our 3 points back. We had a sophomore out there. It was a good try, but we just didn't get it.
Your quarterback, Cohen, has lured this defense with the run all night. Then he just hits a beautiful pass downfield. You got to be proud of that touchdown drive. Talk to us about his play tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we know what we're trying to do on offense. He understands what we're trying to do, and we just kept running. I don't know if they thought we were going to throw it, but we were waiting for the right time, and that was it. And luckily, we got to stick it in.
Coach, thank you so much. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you guys upstairs.
Well, thank you, Ben. The score right now, 9-6. Northside in the lead over Smith Station. Tony, give me your thoughts.
Drew, a lot of hard-fought plays there, a lot of run game on both sides. Questionable play calling towards that back end there going into halftime, but a lot of ball games still to be played, man.
Hey, I mean, you just saw a free kick in a high school football game.
Never seen that before.
Where else
Never
did you get that than the fourth annual State Line Showdown? Biggest thing, Northside's going to get the ball to start us out of the second half. What do they have to do to continue this and keep this going?
Feed Alex Tarboro, man. I think that's the play there. You got to keep that man fed. I think there's a lot of excitement there just watching what he's able to do with the ball. And you got to talk about that man, Max Thrash. He comes in and makes a statement early on in this game. A lot of excitement here, just waiting to see what he can get done and just everything in between.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex Tarboro has been electrifying when he's made those big plays. He had a 75-yard touchdown be called back after an electric run for a block in the back that was just unnecessary, and we'll have to see what they're going to do. But the Patriots are going to come out. We haven't seen them push the ball too much yet, but that's going to be the difference for this team if they're going to be able to out-throw the Smith Station Panthers.
Drew, you said it. Smith Station finally makes it on the board. You're only down by 3. You have to hope that you come out second half, stop them early on that first opening drive, and make something happen. If not, this game could get out of hand.
I mean, this game's competitive. The fans have been rowdy.
Oh, boy.
I mean, you see the student section for Northside. They've been loud. Smith Station's been loud, too. This whole side is packed to pack with glowing sticks and everything like that. But, hey, that's going to do it for this half. We'll see you back after the break. You see it right there. The fans before the game, the student section was loud and rowdy, and they've been continuing that all game long as we welcome you back out of the halftime report. Thank you, Mackenzie Collins. Northside up 9-6. They will start the ball with the second half. Tony, biggest thing you're looking for from Northside and Smith Station?
Drew, no doubt about it, man. We talk about a 9-6 ball game. Northside is basically in full control here. Smith Station had a couple plays towards the back end where they were able to go ahead and score into the halftime, but 2 crucial missed kicks have put them in the situation they're in now. I'm looking to see if that kicking game can improve this next time around, as well as if they can convert more long plays like we saw Cohen Thomas to J.J. Oliver earlier.
Yeah, what about Northside? What really has been clicking for them? I mean, it's...
By far, Max Thrash, the guy is nice. And Alex Tarboro. We talked about it coming into this game. We talked about it every facet of the game. Tarboro is the guy that you need to shut down, but also for Northside's benefit, you want to keep the ball in his hands.
Absolutely. Well, our lone 2 touchdowns on the day, obviously 9-6. Northside had a field goal, but Alex Tarboro had a couple explosive runs to get Northside on the board. He had a 75-yard touchdown that got called back.
Come on now.
And I mean, that was probably one of the best runs we've seen.
Could have been our play of the week.
Play of the week, and we're in week 1 right now, folks. I mean, that was an electric run, but I think it's really going to come down to Tarboro and Key, and whoever's going to make that final play when it comes down the stretch, that's going to be the big difference. Hey, Ben Stanfield down on the field. Ben, what's going on?
Hey, guys, good evening. Welcome to the second half. I got a little bit of clarity on that free kick, and I know a lot of people maybe didn't catch the coach's explanation earlier, but after a punt where a fair catch is called, you can then call for a free kick. So pretty smart move by Smith Station to do that because they got the penalty, the 15-yard bump on top of the fair catch penalty or fair catch that was called on that play. So they got to move up. Another thing I asked about too is Smith Station's band has been playing through some plays tonight when Northside's run the ball. Some questions that come up earlier about that. And it's legal in Alabama. The officials say they can do it. So it's been a factor in this game. If Northside's backed up in that end zone, they're definitely going to hear a lot of noise, or if they're coming into that end zone as well. So a couple of things there that I wanted to explain to the folks at home. And but that free kick, that may be the only free kick you see all year, Prince. So right here in week 1, football season's already getting weird. I love it. Drew, Tony, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ben. Very insightful. We're just minutes away from the start of the second half here on the 4th annual State Line Showdown from TC Britton Field at Panther Stadium in Smith Station, Alabama. I mean, this game's been competitive, and that's exactly what you want in a game like this. You're all trying to battle for that final championship trophy when it comes down to the end. Tony, what do these teams got to do to be walking and sitting down there with Ben Stanfield getting an MVP and a championship trophy?
Drew, if you're Northside, don't change nothing. Keep going with that intensity you had. If you're Smith Station, you got to tighten up. You got to get things together. You got to make more explosive plays and feed Cohen Thomas. Allow him to play his game and allow him to throw those long balls. Meanwhile, Key has to have a great game.
Yeah, I think you got to try to find some rhythm with Key, try to get him really going on those outside runs that we've seen flashes of today a little bit, but that one pass to Cohen Thomas just put them in such a good spot because now it's a 3-point game, and Northside's going to start us off out of the second half here, and they're going to get the ball down 3. And you guys, we're going to see that knockout shot there. Northside, Smith Station right now, such a big game in the State Line Showdown, a rivalry matchup that can only be decided by not just the State Line like the Chattahoochee River, but it's decided on the turf behind us.
Drew, we knew going back to the summer, man, this was one of those matchups that if both sides came out, this would be an explosive environment. And as we can see, just taking a look around the stadium right now, Northside showed up and showed out. Smith Station, no matter what, always shows up and shows out. And it's just an electric atmosphere right now.
Yeah, Tony, you mentioned it. These are two programs. One was 2-8 last year, the other 2-8. Haven't made the playoffs in a couple years. Smith Station hasn't made the playoffs in 13 years. So a lot of teams trying to really turn things around. Ben Stanfield back on the field. Ben, what do you got?
Yeah, I just talked with Northside head coach Bryson Freeman. We got an update on linebacker number 6, Jalen Wilson. He's got an ACL issue. We don't know exactly what it is, a strain or a tear, but it's not good. The young man's got an injury in a pretty important part of his leg there. So he does have that ACL injury. He's not going to play the rest of the game tonight. We'll potentially find out Monday what the future prognosis of this season looks like for him. But we just caught wind of that from Northside's head coach. So wanted to pass that along to you as well. We'll send it back upstairs to you.
Yeah, Ben, absolutely. We hope he is okay and he's able to recover. Big second half coming up for the Northside Patriots and Smith Station Panthers. Week 1, it matters a lot because you want to get that right foot off the right start. Both coaches said, there is games next week. We're going to have games throughout the next 3 months, but it's important to get this first win, especially for these programs that, went 2-8 last year. Didn't make the playoffs. They want to start off on the right foot. Smith Station did that last year when they went over to Columbus and beat Shaw. Now that's a big point of emphasis for Blair Harrison's team because he's saying this is a game we have to get.
Drew, you said it there. I wanted to reiterate the same thing. 2-8 both last year. Coming into this year, we talked about Harrison having that growth with his team. He says he saw a lot of tremendous things. And for Bryson Freeman, this is that tone setter. You want to start it off right with a big-time win in your first game out.
It's funny because we had him on our 6 o'clock sports live on the field earlier and talking to Coach Freeman. He was just like, what? This is kind of one of those things where, this is the first game. He's like, I'm a little bit more nervous to be live on television with you guys at 6 o'clock. Then I'm a little bit more nervous about this game. And we're underway here at TC Britton Field, a kickoff that gets bounced around. He's picking it up, and he's going, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down at the 29 as Jamari Hooker just let that thing bounce. Remember, Tony, before we ended that second half, or before we ended the first half, Smith Station kicked it off to Northside. Hooker tried to pick it up, and it bounced around. Smith Station almost got the ball at the 20, evidently enough. They still got the ball at the 30, and they attempted a free kick in a high school football game. First thing I'd probably ever seen in person.
I don't think I've ever witnessed a play of that caliber before. I still don't even understand what I witnessed. I talk about it there. But I think a Hooker definitely has to hold on to his ball because this is too many times that that's happened now.
Yeah, Northside getting going here at the 30-yard line. Max Thrash and his star tailback, Alex Tarboro. Thrash on the speed option gives it to Tarboro. Smith Station's there, and they wrap him up for a loss of 1. Number 3, Mason Harmon for the wrap.
Big time play there. Harmon introduces some new characters into the mix. Harmon making a big stop there for the Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely, and they try to go with that speed option, try to throw Smith Station off, but these Panthers, they see this option an awful lot. and they were ready for it there. They kind of read it easy, and they saw it. Looks like they're going to try to respot the ball there. Interesting move there. But 2nd and 10 for the Patriots from the 30-yard line on a 2nd and 10. Now, we talked about it. Northside, they have the capability to throw the football. They didn't do it too much in the first half. Let's see what Thrash has got here. Play action on the stretch. Thrash looking over the middle downfield. He's got his man, Stratton Garst. Makes a man miss, a huge block, and down at the 38. And a Northside first down.
Garsh coming up big on another big-time play there, man. This guy looks electric. Definitely stepping up for his team when they need it the most.
Absolutely. What a strike there. The play action on the stretch run. Garst over the middle. Makes a man miss. Here comes the big block. Arias to number 10, laying the boom. And Northside is in Smith Station territory.
Big time play there. Garst making some plays happen. And now we have Northside very much with all momentum going into this.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 40 for Max Thrash. You just saw that ball zip out of his hands. That's the big arm that we talked about. Thrash keeping it himself. We see the legs now. And he's going to be stonewalled for just a gain of 1. And it's going to set up a 2nd and 9 for the Patriots.
Thrash trying to make it happen. We saw he could get it done through the air. Thought he could make it done on legs. But, hey, he's making some top-notch plays, man. And we talk about a guy who's still fairly young in this thing. He's only a junior. So that means this guy could be a factor for quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I got to mark him for a 2nd and 8. Thrash has got that option. He is a junior, Tony, and I'm sure we'll be saying his name a lot throughout this sports overtime season.
Man.
And going into next year as well. Tarboro to his right. 3 receivers are dividing your screen. Garst in motion. It's a give to Tarboro. He's got the side, and he's pushed out at the 35. So that's going to set up a 3rd and 5 for the Northside Patriots.
Talk about it, Drew. They love those type of plays where Tarboro can get any type of open space, and he literally can make a man turn, make a man miss. Watching him move that ball is definitely interesting to see.
I mean, we saw those explosive plays from him in that first half, a couple of huge chunk yardage gains, and be able to turn things up and down, and had a 75-yard touchdown that got called back, and he's still been able to get some big yardage gains. But it seems like Smith Station, if you want to stop this guy, you had to make the adjustments in the second half, not really letting him get into a groove here. 3rd and 5, speed option. No, it's a reverse the other way, which Amari Hooker, he's got green grass in front. Hooker down inside the 20, and a late flag comes in.
Hooker, explosiveness that we have been watching from this Northside offense all night long. Guy comes in, makes a volatile fast. The biggest thing is these guys trying to stay underneath the feet, man. Feet moving faster than they can themselves.
I mean, I love the play call there. We saw a couple speed options from Northside repeatedly, and a couple plays this drive. Hits him on the perfect one. Jamari Hooker coming underneath, a little toss to him on the jet. Hooker had great field position, but the flag on the field going to be pushing him back.
Big time play there. That's kind of question where you go from here, but nonetheless, this Northside offense has been explosive starting out the second half.
Absolutely, Tony. Now, a 3rd and short. Freeman's trying to figure out what the call is and what's going on. If it's going to be a 3rd and short, which it is, so the first down will come back, and they got the heavy set in there, and that starts with Javion Floyd.
Big time name. We've said his name quite a few times tonight. This guy is making some top-notch plays.
I got to talk to Coach Freeman. I'd love to see this kid get the ball. He weighed 300 pounds. He's 5'10", and he bench presses about 435. The give is to Tarboro, though, on a big 3rd down. He fights and gets the yardage, and that's going to give the Pats a fresh set.
Kid just plays aggressive, man. Tarboro is one of those guys we've been watching now, I can say, for a couple of years, and every play I've ever witnessed from this man, he gives it 110% at all times.
And they're going to move those chains, brought to you by Alex Tarboro. I mean, Tony, he's been as advertised. The young man had 700 yards last year, a couple touchdowns, a couple all-region nods. But, I mean, you just seen him take that next step today and be that next level kind of player that Bryson Freeman wants at his tailback position. Thrash gives it to Tarboro. Flags come in. I do believe it's going to be a false start.
Drew, you mentioned that we go back to that 6 o'clock hit we had with Coach Freeman, and he talked about Tarboro being one of those guys we need to look out for. We knew he was going to be one of those factors, but he has been as advertised, showing up in so many big ways tonight for his team.
Yeah, I spoke to him, the false start on the play, so Northside's going to be pushed back a couple, and it's going to be a 1st and 15 for the Pats. I kept talking to him about Tarboro, and he kept saying, don't count out Josh Fitzgerald at the other running back position. We haven't seen him too much, and that might just because Tarboro is having an amazing game right now in a 1st and 15. Thrash trying to get him to jump off sides. Flag comes in, and the offsides penalty will go. So we're moving that ball 5 yards back up the field. We're now 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
Looks like Smith Station's Aiden Van moving just a little bit too quick for his feet there. Trying to get ahead of that play. Now you give your team 5 yards back.
Yeah, absolutely. 8:45 left on the clock. Maxwell Thrash on a fresh set of downs at the 29-yard line for his offense. Arias in motion. It's a give to Tarboro on the stretch. He's wrapped up, but he's slippery, man, and he's still only able to get a couple yards, but an amazing effort from Alex Tarboro just to kind of fall forward, not stop at his feet. That's what they teach you at a young age, and it shows because he continues to do that. Look at this run here.
Drew, we got to talk about it there. I want to know, we just talked about Van jumping off sides that last play. He was able to make up for it just then, literally jump the play and make a big time stop in the backfield to throw Tarboro off his game.
There's Thrash. Another flag comes flying in on a false start, and Bryson Freeman is not having this right now with this team.
It's at the 4th one now of this drive alone.
A false start on the Patriots stops the game again and moves them back another 5 yards.
A lot of back and forth in this game. Still a very close one. We talk about 9-6.
Yeah, 9-6 ball game, man.
Literally another quarter and a half, darn near to play. A lot of time still left on the board. I think this thing is far from over.
Oh, definitely, Tony Reese. 2nd and 13 right now from the 31-yard line. Thrash on the keeper, up the midline read option. Thrash bounces off a defender, makes a man miss. Finally brought down at the 17-yard line.
I hate to say that man was due, but Drew Pavon, that man was due. We talked about him getting it done through the air, but how he was able to move there on the
Watch
footwork
this
crazy.
burst from Thrash here. Just bounces off
Get
the
off
defender.
me.
Tried to go with that side juke,
The
staying
collision there
upright.
was
Smith Station
nasty.
wasn't ready for it. Whoop!
Collision
Keeps
there
up.
was nasty, my guy.
And puts the Northside Patriots into the red zone at the 12-yard line.
Aiden Van there was shaking up pretty rough.
Right now, 9-6, 7:40 in this game. Northside on that first drive from the opening kickoff. We talked about this. Northside's going to try to milk this clock. I didn't think they were going to when we started the game, but they want to kind of feed Smith Station a little bit of their own medicine in regards to running the football and moving the clock. Aiden Van is now up on the field, able to walk up on his own power, but he is slowly moving. We do hope he is all right, and the Northside Patriots will start their next set of downs at the 16-yard line with 7:40 the clock.
A big-time player on both sides of the ball. Definitely hope to see him back in this game because he is one of those catalyst players that at any point can be a spark plug for this team.
Absolutely. And, Tony, I got to mention it. A lot of lightning delays going on across the state of Alabama right now. A lot of delays. Auburn High was in a delay. Delays out in Columbus as well. This game so far, knock on wood, has been pretty good. At 9-6 right now, Northside's got the lead. Fans have been great. I mean, this atmosphere has been electric. I got to say this. It's been great for a Week 1 game. Obviously, the State Line Showdown. You see Smith Station, they're rocking the neon today.
I can't tell which one I like more, man. The neon or the blackout, both student sections.
I got to give Northside some credit. They're wearing the blackout, but they all have light sticks. Right. So it looks really good on their side.
And what's crazy is they're in all white. So yeah, how does this even come to be?
It's funny. All right, Max Thrash and his offense set it up here from the 16-yard line on a 1st and 10. Tarboro is the back with Arias in at the H-back position. It's a give to Tarboro. He speeds up the middle and inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Drew, I wish I could say I'm surprised that ball went exactly where we thought it would, but Alex Tarboro has showed all game long why he is a force to be reckoned with. This guy is explosive. This guy has elite run power, and he is putting on full display tonight.
I mean, Tarboro, you just see that burst from the snap, takes the ball and attacks the hole. You got to figure they're going right back to him here on the 2nd and 4.
Said it, Drew. Definitely a lot of momentum on their side right now.
Arias in motion. It's Thrash on the quarterback, power to the left. Thrash looking for the hole. Gets enough. I'm not sure he got enough for the first down, though.
Quarterback keep.
Drew, looking at it, man, you talk about milking a clock. We are just about halfway through this quarter, and Northside has had the possession the entire time. That is a way to stay in the lead as you're inching closer to your red zone, and you're already up 9-6.
Yeah, it's going to set up a 3rd and 1 after the Thrash quarterback keeper. They got the heavy set, the big boys in there. Javion Floyd, one of them. Bench presses 435.
Come on,
Tony.
now. Get out of here.
He's 17 years old. It's ridiculous. But here we go. Thrash and Tarboro in the backfield on a 3rd and 1. It's a give to Tarboro. He gets upfield, reaches in.
Number 4 on the carry for Patriots. Touchdown.
And I think, did they mark him in? I haven't seen the official call. And it is a touchdown for Northside. Alex Tarboro in, extends the Northside lead.
Have to say, Drew, that's his 2nd one of the night, if I'm not mistaken, on top of that
Second
field goal they
touchdown
had
for
earlier.
18.
Just watch how he attacks that hole. 1 juke, 2 juke, 3 juke, more, and in for the score. Come on now.
Oh, perfect touchdown, Alex Tarboro. He just got that agility, man. Look at him fight for that extra yard. Get in there, try to cross the pylon and in as Northside extends the lead. They're going to have a jump there on potentially an offsides.
Flag on the play.
As the PAT was up and good for the Patriots.
You can only imagine first-year head coach Bryson Freeman. Been around this team for quite some time prior to this stint, but now being the head coach position, he is thoroughly enjoying this game, watching his guys know the hard work they put in all season long and how it's coming to fruition right here on this opening night.
Yeah, offsides on Smith Station on the PAT. It looks like Northside is going to kick it again. Scoreboard hasn't updated yet, but Northside is up 15-6 right now as they retry the PAT after a Smith Station offside penalty.
Talk about it now. Game still not entirely out of Nick, but at the same time, a 15-6 is not a great position you want to be in if you're the home team.
Absolutely. Our Ben Stanfield was down in the end zone. Ben, what'd you see in that corner?
Hey, Tarboro was able to get the ball across the plane for that touchdown, a redemption touchdown for him. The reason they're going to re-kick this right now, of course, the extra point was up and good. Had a lot of conversation down here on the field. It was a dead ball penalty before that, so technically it should have never happened, according to the officials. They never were on the board to begin with, so here we go.
The kick is good. Your score, Northside, Patriots.
All right, thank you, Ben. Well, Northside in the lead with a 16-6 lead with 6:13 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And with 6:13 to play, that means we have got our hydration timeout of this quarter. And 16-6 is the lead right now for Northside. Smith Station will begin the ball right when we come back from break. State Line Showdown game from TC Britton Field in Smith Station, Alabama, as the Northside Patriots lead the Panthers 16-6 after Alex Tarboro just ran in his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Tony, he's been phenomenal.
Drew, we talked about it. That was a guy we knew coming into this game would be a spark plug for his team. And as he living up to the hype, he is doing that and then some, Drew. Just
Absolutely.
because of the explosiveness he's been able to run with. We got to shout out Max Thrash, man. The guy comes in, for those that don't know, he's not even from here. He's traveled in by way of the military, but he is making his mark, and he's just a junior in the game.
Yeah, and he's showing why this Northside offense has got something really clicking right now, being this game 16-6. We're just coming out of that hydration break. Tarboro just scored, so Smith Station will get the ball back. This will be their first possession of the second half. And you got to think, Tony, what is Blair Harrison thinking right now? Your team down 10 with 6 minutes to go in the second half.
Drew, the biggest thing is, man, you got to put points on the board. You're down 16-6. That's 10 points. You talk about it. You got to score early. 7 points gets you back at 13. That puts you 13-16. That's only by a field goal. I think you can still fight your way back in. There's still a lot of time left, but you did allow Northside to drain out just about half the clock in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a two-score game. A lot of ball game left. It's a squib kick, and Northside has got the football. Zabe Thompson comes out with it. Bryson Freeman, a gutsy call, and the Patriots have possession.
Talk about gutsy, gusto. That's what that play was, man. We're seeing a lot out of this Northside team, and Freeman is pulling out all the stops and tricks.
Zabe Thompson, a perfect Smith Station didn't see it coming, and 3 Patriots were right there to just pick it up, and they've got the ball in Smith Station territory down at the 42.
Jacob Anderson went to try to grab it, but it went over his head, and he just couldn't find it, and by then it was all too late.
And this is a tough situation for Smith Station. You're about to get the ball back, and after now being down 2 scores, and Northside's got the ball at the 41-yard line, and their offense is humming right now with Tarboro. And Thrash able to keep it. He is lit up in the backfield and taken down by the big man. That's Al Britton.
We have been calling Al's name all night, but I'm glad to see our guy Van is also back in the mix. Aiden Van went down on the last drive, and he is coming back with a factor. Him and Britton making sure they got to the play there.
Now, see, Thrash beat him with that midline read option on the following drive, and they're not falling for that one once again.
Man, you can only imagine now. We saw a big-time throw earlier. Two-way of can Thrash get it done again?
Yeah, 2nd and 13 now for Thrash. A give to Tarboro around the backside. Tarboro just gets back to the original line, and that will set up a 2nd and a 3rd and 9. And Tarboro, I just want to point out, just limped, got up immediately and limped to the sideline. We do hope he's okay down there, and he looks like he is getting assistance, as we also have a Smith Station player down on the field as well.
That could be a changing of momentum there if Tarboro is out of this game. He has been the spark plug for the Northside Patriots all game. As you tell, that it looks like he tweaked something. Hopefully it's just something minor, but without him in the game, this could turn around in a drastic measure.
You do hate to see that for the Northside tailback. The senior has been phenomenal in game 1 so far for the Patriots, the difference maker. He's had 2 of their touchdowns, as the Smith Station player also gets helped off the field and sets up a 3rd and 9 without Tarboro, and see what Max Thrash can do with his offense. Fitzgerald, a running back I spoke about earlier, Josh Fitzgerald, Bryson Freeman speaks very highly of this junior.
Big-time players there. It's the next man up mentality. We talk about Fitzgerald stepping in for Tarboro. Now, we've seen some explosive runs out of him as well, so I don't think they'll be truly lacking in the run game, but can he be as explosive as Alex Tarboro?
Yeah, we're looking at a 3rd and 9 here. Thrash fakes it to Fitzgerald, play action. He's got a man downfield, wide open. Jamari Hooker, touchdown, Patriots.
Drew, call it poetry in motion, man. Nobody would be there to stop Hooker. He had so much space in between him and the Panthers, it just wasn't even funny.
A perfectly executed play action finds Hooker wide open with a miscommunication from the Smith Station secondary, and he can roll that thing in.
Drew, we talked about it, man. This thing could be starting to get out of hand now. The Panthers not able to respond, and it is costing them early on.
With that 6, it makes it 22-6, Northside in the lead with 4:53 to play on the clock.
Definitely a spot you don't want to be in. 16-point lead now with the potential of making it 17. That's a lot of scores, and we're late in this one.
And the PAT's got some flags on the field. That's a false start on Northside. And our Ben Stanfield just down in that corner. Ben, I mean, what a pass from Thrash. Hooker did a great job getting open.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Drew. They lured that Smith Station defense in, and then that was the perfect time to strike, actually, with Tarboro off the field. It looks like he's got a cramp. I'm not a doctor, but you can see it in his calf, his left calf, and he's still in some agony over here on the sidelines. We can hear him right now just behind us. But I don't think we've had a clean PAT attempt tonight either, by the way. They've either been missed or there's been a penalty. There's something happening on every one of these plays for the point-after attempt tonight. So a weird kicking game so far, but, yeah, that was a beautifully done play-action pass for the big touchdown for Northside. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Ben. Like you mentioned, that's good to hear with Tarboro that it is just a cramp. You know, he's been so far that MVP of the game with 2 touchdowns and at least over 100 yards at this point. But Max Thrash on an absolute rope to Hooker, who ran a perfect ball. Smith Station was confused in the secondary. The PAT is up, and it is good. So the Patriots will go up 23-6 with 4:53 to play in the third quarter.
We go back to what I was talking about earlier, Drew. We talk about momentum shifts. You question if Smith Station will be able to respond coming into the second half. So far, they have fallen flat. It is now 23-6 in favor of Northside. And there is still time left on the board, but this thing is starting to get out of hand. They're going to have to make some mental changes going into this next drive.
Yeah, and Tony, something to point out was Northside went with an onside kick out of that touchdown.
Man.
Smith Station has yet to touch the field offensively yet. Northside scored back-to-back touchdowns. They got the ball out of the half, walked down the field, scored, took enough time off the clock, onside kick, one bang-bang shot to Hooker, and with 4 minutes to play in the third quarter, the Patriots have now a 3-score lead.
Drew, you can only imagine this defense has to be gassed, man. As you mentioned, they've been on the field darn near the entire third quarter. We talk about this offense. I know Cohen Thomas is itching to throw a play off, or at least get something going, as well as Trayvon Key. This guy's had glimpses all night long, but he just hasn't had that great play we've been able to witness all throughout the last couple seasons. So I'm curious to see if now he can finally get it going.
Yeah, you're really looking for a spark any way possible with the Smith Station team. Try to get something going offensively. You have the game changers. Trayvon Key can be that guy. He's flashed it a little bit today, but the penalties have really drawn them back in tough situations, and Northside's just been on the better end of the majority of it. So now you got to look for it. You're down 17, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, the State Line Showdown game. This is a booming kickoff, and it's going to be returned by Lehman. He's got some room in front, but he is taken down, and that ball is out on the field. The referee, the white hat, is signaling he was down. That ball popped right out of the air.
Man, it's a good thing that play was called dead before it got to it. Shout out to Lehman. Earlier in the game, he also went out with a patella injury. Glad to see that he's back on his feet and doing well.
Yeah.
But, man, this has been one of those games that, like, kicking game-wise, it either makes or breaks your team so far. And both sides have had some stumbles, but it just looks like Northside's been able to capitalize a little bit more.
You know, it's all three facets of the game. Smith Station's punter, back in the first quarter, punted from the 30 and pinned Northside down at the 1. And then, Northside's kicking crew has been much better this half. Cohen Thomas, and this offense will set up now in the wing T, down 17, trying to get something clicking. The give is to Trayvon Key on the outside. Northside ready for it. Key staying up right, and then finally taken down for looks like a gain of 5.
I'd be remiss to not mention, Drew, I'm noticing down here 17 and 18 are starting to warm up here. It looks like Carmelo Kelly and Hunter Well. Could there be a quarterback change on the way? I don't think that it's necessary just yet, but there have to be some questions here. It's not like Cohen Thomas is having a bad game.
Yeah.
Just things aren't being able to convert.
Well, as backup quarterback, you got to stay fresh. Your legs get a little tired. Sit on the bench for the first half. You got to get up, throw the ball with your fellow backup quarterback, and always got to stay ready. That's the big thing with a backup quarterback position, especially in the wing T. Cohen Thomas, we haven't seen him run very much today, but you got to be staying upright on your feet and be always prepared. It's a run with Sexton, and I don't think he's going anywhere. It's Northside just swallowing it up. And now, talking to Bryson Freeman, he was defense coordinator for a bunch of years. They ran the wing T prominently offensively last year. Northside did. So the defense was already familiar with the looks that they were going to get in this game. And he said it really did help them preparing for the Smith Station pitch.
When you say that and you think about that, Drew, that kind of adds new context to this ball game. These are probably plays they've been witnessing now for quite some time, especially a coach that's very minded in that same play style. He understands what it takes to snap that, and it looks like he's been able to capitalize early on in this game.
A big 3rd and 6 from Cohen Thomas, gets it to his man JJ, who just, I think, got enough for a first down. J.J. Oliver making a big second effort there. So you got a first down for Smith Station.
We go back to Oliver. He made a big-time play early on in this game. We're going to watch it here again. Cohen over to Oliver. Oliver making something shake, tries to make the man miss, and he's able to get something going. Now, he swung that arm out there. I was a little nervous there. I thought it might have got out. But at the same time, he's able to retain possession and keep positive yardage on the
Yeah, and they get a fresh set of downs at the 31. A quick little just screen play works out for J.J. Oliver. Play action once again. Looking for Oliver on the curl route. He's got him. Oliver in space. Picks up another first down for the Smith Station offense.
Looks like Cohen Thomas is starting to heat up. He's found his man in J.J. Oliver, and they are making slight work now out of this Northside defense.
And the Panthers starting to move down the field with 2:43 on the clock. We talked about momentum, and I'd also like to mention this Smith Station drive started about 2 minutes ago. And it's their first drive of the half because Northside scored on their first opening drive and then went for the squib and got it. Oh, and he is lit up. Michael Spencer on the reverse. Woo! What a big hit.
Man, Michael Spencer thought he had something going, and turns out that was not the case.
I mean, you watch the replay. It's always tough with these misdirection counters that, you know, you're going to meet someone in the gap somewhere.
Looks like number 15 there. Like that 16, that happened to be Terrence Jennings, stepping up big time. The senior linebacker read that thing like a book.
Now under 2 minutes to play on a 2nd and 9 for Smith Station. Cohen Thomas has got Spencer in motion, a reverse misdirection to Trayvon Key.
Oh,
he's got some room
space.
in front, a little trick play.
Back.
Trayvon Key making men miss. Look out, Trayvon Key. Mama just pushed that at bounds at the 30-yard line.
Big time play there by Trayvon Key. Another guy who we felt was due. Watch it here. He cuts one guy, makes one miss, cuts the edge, cuts back in. Is not done yet. He's going to power his way through. Stutter step, stutter step, stutter step.
How about
up
Cohen
the
Thomas?
Sideline, man.
Cohen Thomas, the quarterback, getting out in
Shout
front, laying the blocks.
Making it happen, man.
That's a knee buckler, man. He made that man miss. And now they are inside in Northside territory at the 33, and some positive momentum flow in the way of Smith Station. A give to Key once again on the outside to the right. Woo. Bounces off a defender, and he gets right back in Wakefield's face. He says, yeah, I'm like that.
Call it a battle of the twos. Deuce going at it. Love to see the tenacity between the grit and everything in between these guys, showing that, hey, y'all ain't up yet. Y'all up, that ain't game ain't over.
It's making sure Trayvon Key's getting hot.
Come on.
That's what we talked about earlier with Tarboro going down with the cramp and then the immediate pass from Thrash for the end zone. You got to get your best player available. Talking to Blair Harrison earlier in the week, he said, Drew, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Trayvon Key would start for any person in the 6A region.
Drew, we talk about it here, big time play. Looking to
it's a play action, fake to Key. Thomas looking deep. He's got his man, just too much mustard on that one, and it falls incomplete. Nico Lundy was the intended man. The tight end just too much on the ball, and it falls just short.
Got to give Cohen Thomas credit, man. That was a beautiful ball they threw. Just a little bit, as you mentioned, too much umped on it, too much mustard. Lundy just not able to get out and get it too much. Just about a short, maybe 2.5.
And there is a flag on the play. I got to say, Thomas, you know, it's a tough throw to make, rolling left side, especially play action.
Playing a
You're
dart.
looking for one guy down the field deep. He had him just a little too much on.
Type of plays there. Like to see more of. Like we said, Cohen Thomas definitely has, call him a little gunslinger because he has the cannon for it.
Yeah.
But just curious to see what's going on here. J.J. Oliver coming back into this one in place of Nick Lundy. So you can only imagine they might be going back to that play.
The student section here at Smith Station trying to get this crowd back into it. Down 17 on a 2nd and 10. Thomas, a quick throw out to J.J. Oliver. He's able to get some room, but he's going to fall short of that first down and be taken down at the 23.
Drew, Oliver has made quite a few plays this drive for the Smith Station Panthers. He has been that spark plug that they've needed, and now he is trying to punch this thing in for his team to put some more points on the board.
Now here comes a very interesting 3rd and 2. The play clock is more than the game clock. So Blair Harrison has the option to just let this clock trickle down, reassess, and try to figure out what your play call is to try to get this first down when the chains move. Cohen Thomas under center. Let's see if we get a playoff here. It is. It's a give to Sexton. Does he have enough for the first down?
Luke Sexton on the carry.
I'm not sure if he does. and they're going to move those chains forward. And that's a first down, Smith Station.
Colin bowling ball. Sexton, the man comes through yet again. He's powering through that middle as he's done all game long, and he is making plays happen.
And that's going to be a first down for Smith Station, down 17. They're trying to get this play off, but once the ball is spot, the clock restarts. Smith Station down 17 to Northside in the 4th annual State Line Showdown. We got the 4th quarter coming your way next on WTVM. Welcome back to TC Britton Field at Panther Stadium in Smith Station, Alabama. The 4th annual State Line Showdown game. Northside leading the Panthers of Smith Station right now 23-6. But Cohen Thomas and company are marching down the field to try to punch something in to make this a 2-score game.
Drew, what can I say, man? We're sitting here at the 4th quarter. You're down 17, 23-6 now. Smith Station is starting to creep, looking like they want to punch it in here. Can they get it done?
First down, it's a toss to Sexton. He's got the corner. He's got some room in front. That ball pops out, but gets out of bounds on a lucky bounce for the Panthers.
Talk about it there. Sexton has been that catalyst a little bit. Looks like he might be taking a breather. A lot of questions here going into now. There's only so much time you have left in this game. If you're going to score, you got to score fast. You got to hope that defense can step up big and get the ball back, because right now, we saw just this last quarter alone, Northside has drained half of the second half. And I'm pretty sure if they get the ball back, it's going to be the same repeat success.
And you want to keep this game competitive. And
Man,
you want to keep this game close, and you have to score on this drive. I think it's a necessity at this point to stay alive. They were trying to get Sexton, who was still down on the play, but he was all the way off to the Smith Station side. Referees just wanted to make sure he was up and good, so nothing accidentally ran over to that side while he was still down.
Looks like Staten Kinzel will be coming in his place for the time being, looking to see if he can't make something happen. He's had quite a few big plays on the game, too, as well, hoping to see if he can get a little bit of momentum going here.
Yeah, a couple different running backs in for Smith Station. Trayvon Key still in there, of course.
Zacharias Mitchell as well now getting some reps.
And it's a give to Key. He's trying to make a man miss, but he's pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Shout out to Key there for staying on his feet, man. There were a lot of diving tackles there trying to get out his feet, but he's able to maintain his balance and keep everything up. This is one of those things, man. Like, guy looks like he wants to burst his speed. There was a hole there, but he just wasn't able to capitalize, and he just goes out on a swing route. But
now the thing there, Key, you see him so frustrated after the play, just needing a couple more blocks just to hold on so he can break one upfield and get up and make something happen. And it's been a lot of outside counter runs for him, and we'll see what they got on a 3rd and 6 on a pretty big down. Thomas, play action pass. Looking Key, he's got Oliver over there. Key, jump ball, in and out of the hands and incomplete.
That was a play that could have went the other way. Key just overthrown just a little bit. He tried to go up there and get it, but that was definitely one of those plays that you really want back.
Now, I told you earlier, Trayvon Key, All-State honorable mention as an athlete because he catches the ball out of the backfield so well. Just tough jump ball there to assess. Moving backwards, just couldn't come down with it. And he's lucky he didn't get picked.
As well. That was a big deflection from him. It could have went the other way, honestly.
Absolutely. And now it's a big 4th and 6 from the 18. You really need to convert this if you're Blair Harrison. Hey, Smith Station's in the shotgun, Tony Reese. First time all night for the Panthers with 11:37 to go. And there's a false start penalty on the right tackle for jumping off.
Big time mishap there. You definitely want that play back because now you put your team in a undescribable position. Now, there was a potential you can go for it on 4th down, but now do you still try to go for it, or do you just go ahead and try to kick another field goal? But earlier that was not successful for you, so you have to question if they just want to go for it and try to put some points on the board.
It's not completely out of range. It's 4th and 11. They were relatively close to that first down marker, but still an opportunity for them to get a first down here and even look for the end zone. Blair Harrison's going to want a timeout to talk to this offense on a key 4th and 11 in the 4th quarter.
Looks like the first timeout, I want to say, of this half for the Smith Station Panthers. A lot of questions there, but, man, right now this is one of those games that Don't really know, man. I don't really know how to put words into it.
Absolutely, Tony. Ben Stanfield's in the corner of the end zone where Smith Station's driving. Ben, what are you seeing from the Panthers?
Well, I got to tell you, aside from penalties, been impressed with Cohen Thomas on this drive tonight. You know, the State Line Showdown 3 years ago is when his career began as a signal caller here at Smith Station. He grew up before our eyes that night playing against Shaw. He led some great drives in that ball game as a field general quarterback, and he's done that tonight too. Smith Station's problems have been very situational with penalties, and none bigger than what you just saw right there. False start, backs up 4th and 6, and that's a penalty that they just can't have in that situation. So see if they can convert, punch it in for some points here on this drive. It's going to be Cohen Thomas leading the way if it is to be. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Ben, and it will be Cohen Thomas. That quarterback of theirs, 3-year starter, like you mentioned, had that big touchdown right here at T.C. Britton Field against Shaw a couple years ago. Can he capitalize and try to make up for another big touchdown for the Panthers to keep them alive in the State Line Showdown?
Drew, clearly there's some trust level here in Cohen Thomas. You know, being a 3-year starter, he knows this team pretty well.
It's a play action to his left side. He's looking downfield. He's got a man down there. J.J. Oliver came down with it, but they say he was out.
Pass is incomplete, out of bounds.
I don't know about that one. We're going to have to see the replay.
Oh, my goodness. That play there might have just been one of the nastiest what could have been plays I have witnessed tonight.
An unbelievable throw from Cohen Thomas moving left. This is not an easy throw, folks. J.J. Oliver, I can't see the line. That is where the referee's standing. I think he just adjusted too late, and the forward motion took him out of bounds. We can see frame by frame here. Just out of bounds is when he caught it, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Smith Station Panthers.
Talk about a momentum play that would have been, man. Shout out to, first and foremost, you have to give credit to J.J. Oliver for even reeling that ball in. He tried his best to get the toe tap in, just a little bit outside his range, but at the same time, he saw the connection between Cohen Thomas. That's committing to the play and not giving up until you hear that final whistle.
I got to say, that's still a very impressive ball from Cohen Thomas. I know it was incomplete and his toe just slipped out of bounds, but still a marvelous throw from him. Northside's offense is going to take over. They're up 17, and they're going to try to make this, potentially push this one out of reach. Thrash Men's a man in motion. It's a give to Tarboro, and he is swallowed up by a swarm of Panthers. No, he's still up. Tarboro shakes off Thrash and then finally take it down. All that for a gain of 2.
Man, talk about a guy coming back into the game, making a statement. We said it now, with Tarboro back in the game, this game is one of those factors where he is going to help push his team, try to on to victory, just because what he's been able to do with the ball just did, man. You talk about, the guy wasn't even down. The guy pushed his own quarterback. Get the heck out of the way, man. Get out of the way. I got this.
Tony, there were so many Smith Station defenders around him. I was like, there is no way Alex Tarboro is making out of that. And then there you go. Boop, there he is. Back juke to the left side, making things happen. And they got it on 2nd and 8. It's a new back. It's Fitzgerald this time. He gets swallowed up by Al Britton and company, and will make it a 3rd and 8 for the Northside Patriots.
Drew, want to go back to Tarboro for a minute, man. You know, there is an MVP trophy on the line, and I got to say, my man is making his candidacy campaign for it. He has been explosive in all facets tonight, and he is definitely a high-key catalyst. And one of my tops right now. I'm not going to lie to you. He's one of my tops going into this final game if they wind up winning this whole thing.
You know, Tony, that 75-yard touchdown run that got called back in the second quarter, or the first quarter, that's just one that I'm going to be thinking about for a while.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And Northside right now on a 3rd and 8. Motions Arias across. And it's going to be a give to Fitzgerald. No, there's going to be a flag down. Oh, it looks like Freeman was able to get a timeout off in time. Let's go down to our man Ben Stanfield on the field.
Guys, let me run you back, 31 years ago, 1995, Iron Bowl. Shades of Curtis Brown, the Crimson Tide receiver. He just stepped on the line, and it led to an Auburn victory that year. That is exactly what we saw on that touchdown that wasn't to be for Smith Station a moment ago. He just stepped out of bounds, and boy, I had shades of 1995 running through my head with that finish in that Iron Bowl that year with 21 seconds to go there. So Curtis Brown mentioned, go ahead and chalk that up on your bingo card tonight if you had that at home. So let's send it back up to you. But that was a wild pass, but the call was right by the official there on the backside of that end zone.
Thank you, Ben. Well, a little kiss of history from Stanfield there, talking about those old Auburn games. I mean, it did kind of reminisce of that in that corner in the back of the end zone. I really thought Oliver was going to come down with it from the angle up here in the booth. But after we watched that replay and Ben Stanfield being right on the goal line, I told you just missed it by a little bit. And Northside here on a big 3rd and 8 with under 10 minutes to play. That ball on the ground. Thrash is able to get onto it. And that's a big save there by Max Thrash.
Mason Harmon was that close to scooping that thing up, and you got to wonder what that could have done for the Panthers defense, but also to give offense a great field range.
Yeah, if you watch the snap, it just looked like it was a little too hot, and Thrash wasn't anticipating it to come in that quick, and it's going to push them back and force them to punt it away to Smith Station. And the punt is away. It is very short, and that is going to barely even make it to the first down marker that Northside was trying to reach. And that'll put it down at the 34 for the Panthers to take over with 9 minutes to play.
A lot of questions there. You got to wonder now, Smith Station, as we mentioned, you have 9 minutes left in the entire game. You're in decent field position. You got to hope that you're able to convert. We saw earlier that connection that Cohen Thomas had to J.J. Oliver just outside the box to make it an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
What would have been another touchdown play. Can you dial that up again and try your luck?
I mean, you definitely can. I think in this situation with 9 minutes to play, you're down 17, you got to score quick, Tony. I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. You got to be able to put points on the board, and you got to be able to do it fast. Now, 1st and 10, ball is on the 39. 39, great field position. Cohen Thomas going to pass, looking for J.J. Oliver on the go ball. Why? Oh, he dropped it right through his hands. He would have had green grass in front had the defender slipping.
You said it there, Drew. It seemed like you heard footsteps coming by way of Damian Smith there. Just a ball that touched the hands. If it hits your hands, you got to come down with it, man.
Absolutely. Can't have the eyes looking downfield. Got to just focus in on catching the ball. Worry about the defender later. Make sure you have possession before you get out there.
Once again, Cohen Thomas has been putting his balls on the money tonight. The guys just have not been able to convert where need be. But you talk about growing pains. This is the first game of the season. You know, you questioned early on. You're going to have some hiccups, as we know.
Absolutely. And now 2nd and 10 for this offense. And there's going to be a false start on Smith Station. Some miscommunication between Sexton and Cohen Thomas. That's going to push him back 5 yards for 2nd and 15 with 9 minutes to play.
Not what you hope to see here out of this team. A lot of questions now where the Smith Station Panthers offense tries to take this thing as you're now getting pushed back, knowing that you don't have a lot of time left, but you got to put some points up fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're sitting on this 2nd and 15. 17 points is the goal. You obviously want to make it a little bit more competitive, and it's got to result with a touchdown on this drive. Have you force Northside to go 3 and out? Thomas on a play-action boot to the right. He's looking deep. He can't find anything. Pressure is in his face. Cohen Thomas looking downfield for Trayvon Key. He's picked off by Northside. Number 2, Travis Wakefield. He's still up, and he is down at the 40-yard line. Travis Wakefield gets the INT.
Drew, we just talked about a play that Smith Station definitely wishes they could have had back. Shout out to Cohen Thomas trying to make something happen. At that point there, the ball just was not able to connect where it needed to be. And Travis Wakefield, we've said his name quite a few times tonight as well. He came up big on a potential game-stealing INT that might have just cost the Panthers the entirety of the game.
Well, the senior for Northside comes up huge, I'll tell you that. Trey was looking for Trayvon Key. I get what Cohen Thomas was doing, but on a 2nd and 15 and you're in good field position moving down the field on Northside, you got to just toss that ball away there.
Once again, Cohen Thomas trying to make a play on the run. He is very versatile when he needs to be, but that was just one of those, I think he wishes he could get back.
And I do believe that was the first turnover of the game, Tony, for both teams. As Maxwell Thrash looking to pass, pressure in his face. He's taken off. No, he finds it just down low. He's got a man in space doing some nifty, shifty moving. And that's going to be number 84, Christian Stone, the senior wide receiver.
Gotta give Thrash credit, man.
They got speedsters on the outside, and look at Stone just hit this gear and get upfield. And Northside's moving the football.
Really distributing the well tonight, man, as he should. Thrash is having an exceptional game for his first showing out here as the Northside Patriots starter. And I can't say it's almost textbook what he's been able to do with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 minutes and about 15 seconds to go on the clock in this one. Thrash on a fresh set of downs in Smith Station territory. Gives it to Tarboro, and he is swallowed up for just a gain of 2.
Ball cleared by number 4. Tackled by number 78.
Talk about as this clock looks to wind down. 23-6 is your score. 17-point lead by the Northside Patriots. And Bryson Freeman's first showing out as head coach. This Patriots team has lived up to the hype.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2nd and 8 right now. I like that first pass. Get it outside. Thrash doing a good job moving in motion with his receiver. Also doing a great job on the receiver, Christian Stone, to stay open and keep moving with Thrash to try to find that empty spot. Now 2nd and 8. I give to Tarboro. That only gave them 2 yards. Try to see if they could do it again.
Said it, Drew. We want to go back to first half. We talk about a game that at one point was 9-6, and it has now been an entire almost half later, and the Smith Station Panthers still only have 6 on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And Northside calling a timeout on that 2nd and 8 to try to reshuffle and try to get a new play out there. Ben Stanfield down by the set. Ben, what do you got?
Hey, guys, we're down in the end zone with the hardware. 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this game tonight. This is what they're playing for right here, the State Line Showdown Trophy. We've got one that lives at WTVM, and you live forever. Your name's engraved on the front. Once you become a winner in the State Line Showdown, you get to take a trophy with you, and we got an MVP trophy as well. So be thinking about who's the most valuable player of the game tonight. That's going to be a healthy discussion for us down the stretch here in the 4th quarter. Back up to you.
All right, thank you, Ben. Well, that's what all these teams are fighting for, is that State Line Showdown trophy. You see it there. We'll have the trophy celebration, an MVP, and an interview with the winning coach immediately after the game, all right here in our 4th annual State Line Showdown. It's been fun. Northside's trying to move down the field here to punch another one in and keep extending their lead over Smith Station right now at Panther Stadium. 23-6 lead for the Pats.
Drew, shout out to our team for putting together those glorious trophies. Our news director, William McLean, puts a lot of effort into this whole shebang, and that is just the fruition of what we've been able to see here.
Yeah, Thrash here on 2nd and 8 gives it to Tarboro. Tarboro looking for a lane, fighting, trying to get that first down. Smith Station doing an excellent job of pushing him back. I'm not too sure if he was able to get the first down the game.
Jeremiah Bailey there trying to come up big on the stop, man. That's a big-time play there. Big man getting at it.
I love the second effort there, because what he did there, Tarboro might have had that first down falling forward. Him fighting back, pushing him another 2 yards back, puts them at a 3rd and 2 on the 30-yard line.
You said it, Drew. Looking to see what they can do here.
They got that hefty formation in again for Northside, and I have a couple ideas what they're going to do. I think it's going to be a run play, and here comes number 4, Tarboro, fighting, still up, shaking off the defender. Does he have enough for that first down? Smith Station trying to push him back.
We got to talk about Elijah Tatum on that play for Smith Station, man. He saw the whole challenge of Tarboro and challenged him head on. He was not going to be denied on bringing that man down.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure if they're going to give him that first. They do. The white hat points forward, so that is a first down for the Northside Patriots as that clock sits at now 6:13, and Northside and the Smith Station faithful starts to slowly leave Panther Stadium after that first down. See if Northside can punch one in.
Got to say, Drew, environment is still packed here, but many people are starting to head to the parking lot now as this game looks like it might be officially in the bag. Still a lot of time left.
And we've reached the 6-minute mark with the score at 23-6. Northside in the lead and driving once again. We get a hydration break. We'll be back right after it. And they are marching down the field right now, Tony Reese. The Patriots have been rocking and rolling, and that offense is set up, led by Alex Tarboro, the tailback, with 2 touchdowns today, hopefully looking for a third for himself.
Drew, you said it, man. 2 players that have stood out for this team. Phenomenal quarterback play from Max Thrash today, as well as the run game. My, honestly, MVP candidate at this point, Alex Tarboro. God, it's just too nice, man.
Absolutely, and they still got that heavy set in there on a first down from the 30 or 28-yard line, and see if they go Tarboro again. You'd have to imagine so with 6 minutes to go on this clock. It is a run with Thrash. He's looking outside, and he is wrapped up and brought down hard by a swarm of Panthers.
I'm going to tell you
what a big hit.
Landon Lehman early on was the first one to take on that contact, and he made sure he was going to have his name called today.
Landon Lehman laying the boom on Maxwell Thrash, letting him know, hey, we're not done yet. We're still laying that boom here with 5:30 to go.
As you see here, these guys still putting up some great fight. They have not given up yet, and that's what you like to see all the way to the final whistle, a lot of intensity.
Northside trying to get settled here with 10 seconds on the play clock, trying to get going here, and it looks like Freeman may need a timeout. And he's going to take one to stop the clock at 5:12 as the play clock comes to an end. He takes the timeout rather than the 5 yards back. And Northside still in the lead, 23-6, and continuing to march down the field.
We've seen a lot, and I mean a lot of positives out of this Northside team under year 1 with Bryson Freeman. I think everything he talked about prior to this game, he has showed that this team has what it takes to make a statement early on. That was the biggest thing, making a statement coming into a game like this to set the tone early. And I think this is definitely one of those fine tune-ups you want to have before you go into your region play against a tough competitor.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, Northside's schedule is not easy. Their remaining schedule, they have arguably one of the tougher regions in all of 6A GHSA. I mean, this is a team that got a massive jump from the enrollment side, and now they're playing such a difficult schedule. Not many games at home, I think only 4. That's why you saw such a big crowd out here for the Northside faithful tonight, because this is the closest away game they will have all year within a less than an hour driving distance. And on 2nd and 10, they're going to go spread, 3 receivers, bottom of your screen, 1 at the top, and Alex Tarboro to the left of Maxwell Thrash.
Said it, Drew.
Thrash looking to throw. He's got his man incomplete, just not enough on there. Perker was running back, but couldn't find him.
Tatum there on the breakup, trying to make something happen for the Panthers. Looked to go in for the INT himself, but just came up just short as the ball was intended for Jamar Hooker. And it looks like Dirty Laundry is on the field.
And I think there was a dead ball foul on Smith Station. A little extra emotion after the play. Elijah Tatum, the defensive back, I think had some choice words. And there will be a flag on the play, and I believe that will give Northside a fresh set of downs.
You hate to see those type of plays. Of course, the kids are emotional right now. With a game like this on the line, you definitely want, after having a big play like that where you thought you did something great, turns out there was a little extra emotion added to it. Now you've penalized the team in the worst way possible.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just unnecessary dead ball fouls, and you got to just focus on the game ahead. You got 5 minutes to play. There's another week. You get to play again next week. So you just got to go back to the tape, rewatch this one, not try to chalk it up, have any unnecessary penalties, even say potentially get ejected from this game, and you're missing out on the half next week as well. And they're going to move Northside all the way up. And I believe they're going to spot that ball at the 8.
It's not a region game, so at the same time, you want to get all your wins, but this game really won't penalize you when it comes to your hunt and trying to make it to the playoffs. But it does give you a measuring stick of where you are and where you need to improve on going forward.
Absolutely. And they will mark them down at the 13 after the penalty with 5 minutes to play. Northside's going to try to punch it in one more time to push this one to a 24 differential. Thrash and shotgun set. Little bunch to the right of your screen. It's a give to Tarboro. and he falls forward. Smith Station able to lock him up.
Number 4. Tackle made by number 52.
A gaggle of
Jeremiah
Panthers
Bailey.
there on the stop, trying to stop the man who has been explosive all game. Talk about number 52. Got to give a shout out to Jeremiah Bailey there on the play.
Yeah, that's going to set up second and about 9 from the 12-yard line for the Northside Patriots. Let's see what they try to do here. You have to imagine with that clock running now at 4:30 to go. They're letting the play clock get all the way down. You got to figure they're going to keep running with Tarboro. A little misdirection play. Tarborough's got some space in front. Makes a man miss on the spin move. Tarboro still up, and then finally taken down, I think just short of the first down marker.
Tarboro is explosive. We said it all game long, but Landon Lehman, man, definitely making a name for himself coming in late in this game, trying to make some big-time stops here.
Absolutely, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 2 for the Northside Patriots as we've reached under 4 minutes here in Smith Station, Alabama.
Big-time interviews you won't want to miss.
Oh, definitely. Now 3:15 on the clock. Let's see what Northside's got. Thrash keeps it himself. Fighting down. That's enough for a first down and brings them within the 5 down to the 3 with 3 minutes left to play.
Looks like more dirty laundry on the field.
And it looks like a player is down as well, and pretty common in this game with the cramping that we've seen. I know week 1 is a big part of that. You know, playing in the South, it's very hot in these week 1, week 0 games. And we got less than 3 minutes on the clock. And, you know, this is where you always have a couple jars of pickle juice on the sideline.
Give me some pickle juice, some mustard, maybe a little Gatorade.
Yeah, see, I never was big on the mustard.
You weren't big on the mustard?
It was the pickle juice. I always felt like the pickle juice was just more effective.
Hey, man. Nowadays, they got a massage guns. You got to get in there real tight real quick.
Well, you know, now I get a cramp. I just punch the cramp out of my calf until it's done. But, I mean, we got 3 minutes left to play. Ball is inside the 5 for the Northside Patriots. Looks like they have got Thrash in shotgun. Arias, the tight end, is at the H-back position. Tarboro to his right. Let's see if they give it a Tarboro. And they do. Tarboro going outside, looking for the corner. Can he get in there? He's in! Touchdown, Alex Tarboro. His 3rd touchdown of the night.
Oh, no. Trey, man, come on. What is this, man? We talk about that hitch, man. Outside sweep every time. He finds open space, open real estate. But there appears to be a flag.
There is a flag on the field. We're not sure if this touchdown will count for Tarboro. See what they were looking at here on the replay that made them call that flag. Dead ball fouls. It was a little point of the scoreboard right there. Seemed to be the difference that the referees just didn't really like. And a little smack talk at the end as they will take a 29-6 lead in the State Line Showdown game.
Said it there, Drew. As we mentioned, anytime Tarboro finds open space, man, you better watch out. This kid is explosive.
Like conduct.
Quite some time.
Offense.
It's nothing remarkable what he's been able to do.
The touchdown is good. The penalty will be assessed on the kick.
So it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call on the Northside Patriots. Immediately after the play had been over, that means that it will be assessed on the kickoff. The touchdown will count, and it is 29-6. Northside well in the lead right now with 2:43 to play. Like I mentioned, stick around after the game. We will have the trophy celebration. We'll get to hear from head coach Bryson Freeman of the Northside Patriots, and we will name our most valuable player.
Drew, you got to talk about,
man. If you haven't guessed.
If you haven't guessed, I ain't going to say no more. I feel like I've made my resume. I've sold this campaign all game long. I ain't going to say nothing else. But that kid there is special for the Northside Patriots. But shout out to Coach Bryson Freeman, man. What bigger confidence boost than to come into a territory that you're unfamiliar with. You had one general scrimmage with them early on a couple while back, and now you're able to come in, start off with a statement win in your first head coaching game.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better than this.
I mean, the first career win for Bryson Freeman in the first game he's ever coached as a head coach. And it's in the 4th annual State Line Showdown game. He's going to get a nice little trophy to bring back to Columbus tonight. He's obviously going to be very excited for him. I remember talking to him before the game, Tony. We had him live at 6 as that PAT is blocked, and they're going to call it dead. So the score will be 29-6, Northside.
Drew, that is the second block Smith Station has been able to knock out tonight. Unfortunately, it's a little too late in the game, but hey, like I said, you got to love the fact that these guys are still playing ball. They have not completely given up, and they are still fighting for a chance to try to put more points on the board.
Yeah, Smith Station's going to have to do something to put something together offensively. We had talked about a couple of their backups warming up a couple minutes ago. We can potentially see them come in with this game 23 points out of reach at the current moment. You'd have to imagine that's what they will be doing. That penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff from that unsportsmanlike conduct. So this ball is going to be kicked off a very long ways away, Tony.
Unfortunately, definitely not what you want to see if you're a Smith Station Panthers fan and or player in this moment. But once again, you can't really hold your heads down. Of course, you didn't get the win you really strive for here, but you learned a lot about your team. I feel like there's some great plays we were able to see here, some key plays that you might want to fine-tune going into weeks ahead. But overall, this has been an exciting one to watch on both sides just because there's a lot of grit between these teams, but just overall, despite the scoreboard, we've seen a lot of heart and a lot of tenacity tonight.
You know, this is a week one game. You got plenty of games left to be played for both these schools. You just got to keep moving on. You take it game by game. You're not too worried about what's in the past. Don't look in the rear view. Just look at the windshield because that's what's coming at you next. And Northside will kick it off to the Smith Station Panthers. If you're Blair Harrison, just tell your guys, hey, we got to keep your heads high. We got to play next week. We get to play football again. We get to continue to play high school football this season, and there's a lot of games left to be played
Best
for the
part
Smith Station Panthers.
Fall, man.
It's a high kick sent over the head, and it will be picked up, and he is downed just at his own 26. Brody Strickland, the junior tailback.
Talked about it, Drew. Looks like there's some quarterback switch up, a whole new alignment in this sense. Number 18 coming into the game looks to be Hunter Well. Curious to see what he could do here to kind of make his statement here late in the game. Could he possibly give his team a couple points here?
Absolutely. Now you get to see some of these fresh faces as Smith Station come in. I saw this young man, Hunter Whale, play at their scrimmage last week, a junior who you'd have to assume will potentially take the reins for Cohen Thomas once he graduates next season. So it gets you a different look at what the Smith Station Panthers have for next season. And also you got to keep your second stringers fresh and keep them ready to go as the season progresses, as you never know what happened. Whale setting up to throw. He's loading up the deep ball. He's got a man down there, almost picked off. But number 4, Elijah Tatum, turning from wide receiver to defensive back, knocks it away.
Nicholas Harvey there for Northside, almost with the INT, trying to make something happen. But, man, this has been one of those. Shout out to the young buck for trying to go big early on.
Absolutely. I like that play call. Blair Harrison, hey, we got 2 minutes and 30-some seconds. Why don't you go throw the football? See what you got. I like it. I mean, we're down 23. Put something out there for Smith Station on tape and try to show that they can throw the ball a little bit. Northside has been awfully impressive, though, tonight, offensively, defensively as well, as a carry given to Trayvon Key. He's got some room and run, and he's finally tripped up at the 47-yard line. That's going to be a Panther first down.
That young man still got that dog in him. He's here to say, I am still in this game, and I'm going to make something happen.
Yeah, I like, they take out Cohen Thomas, but do you keep your workhorse back in there, kind of get him some reps as we continue to go on throughout this game?
No doubt about it, man. He has been a spark plug where needed with this team tonight. He just hasn't been able to break away from one, but he has played a lot of explosiveness.
Yeah, 45-yard line for the Smith Station Panthers. Well, will look to pass. He rolls out right. He's going to have to take off and run, but he is taken down by the big man, number 54, Jackson Mickle. The senior D-Ed was able to wrap him up hard for a loss.
I want to know what Hunter Weld was looking at on that play because Mickle came through like a freight train, baby.
He had nowhere else to go but run forward. Couldn't have the edge on Mickle. That is a big man who moves fast, and he's making his presence known with the backup quarterback of the Panthers.
Looked as if Logan Mays might have touched him a little bit, tried to make something happen there.
All right, 2nd and 11. Well, on the end around to Trayvon Key. Whistle was blown. A flag, and this will be a foul start on the Panthers.
Drew, this thing is just about all wrapped up with a bow. But overall, what are some big takeaways from the game you've seen so far?
Well, I'm very impressed with Bryson Freeman's team that we've seen. I mean, they brought in almost a new support staff around him. The offensive coordinator clearly made the difference last year offensively. They just had no progression. They had Tarboro, but they were working out of the wing tee. I think we've seen the progression of Northside. And look, it doesn't get easier from here on out. They have arguably one of the toughest regions to play in 6A in the state of Georgia. That's coming ahead. I like what I've seen from Max Thrash, the junior. Alex Tarboro flashing that big playability. There's a reason why he was an all-county player last year, as that run play is taken down for a loss, and it'll be a 3rd and 15 as the clock continues to run. We're just under a minute here. Hey, make sure to stay with us. We got the trophy ceremony coming up with Ben Stanfield on the field with the Northside Patriots and head coach Bryson Freeman, and we will name our most valuable player tonight from TC Britton Field.
You said it, Drew. Meanwhile, Terrence Jennings there, big-time play to stop that movement from the Smith Station Panthers and try to put some last-second points on. But this thing looks pretty much all over.
3rd and 14 here for Whale. Give us to Trayvon Key to try to get something. He's going outside, makes a man miss, but he is taken down by the big man, the linebacker,
Jennings.
Terrence Jennings, with 20 seconds to go. This clock will start to trickle down with 12 seconds to go, and the Northside Patriots are going to win the 4th annual State Line Showdown game 29-6. They come into Smith Station and dominate the second half with a great performance. The clock is hit 0. The game is over. Northside walking out winners. Bryson Freeman's first win as a head football coach. And we will have more of the trophy celebration coming up next. Well, an excellent finish to the State Line Showdown game, 29-6. Northside are the winners over Smith Station Panthers. 29-6 is your final score. Tony, the 4th State Line Showdown presented by WTVM has wrapped us up. How did it go for you? I know this is your first one in the booth. You missed out on it last year, but it was great to have you back up here, partner.
Drew, I got to say, man, it's been a nonstop excitement, especially with my partner in crime here. Drew, it's been a great game to call with alongside you, man. We saw a lot of great performances. None better than my MVP candidate. I'm going to say it once more. Alex Tarboro has been that guy. We talk about 3 touchdowns on the day. He went out the game. He came back in the game, but he's just explosive on all sides.
Yeah, absolutely. Max Thrash was really great for Northside as well. His first true game as the starting quarterback. But I think, you know, your MVP vote going to Tarboro, we're letting people know that, I guess, a little bit early. We'll have that celebration and ceremony in just a couple minutes. But I'm really impressed with Maxwell Thrash as the quarterback of this team, bringing out this offensive spread to really get this Patriot team to move down the field. Bryson Freeman gets his first career win, and how much bigger than that on regional television on WTVM in the 4th annual State Line Showdown. We'll get to hear from him in a few minutes as he's going to be up with Ben Stanfield. But what a game for the Patriots.
Drew, no doubt about it, man. Shout out. You also want to give credit to the Smith Station Panthers. They
Absolutely.
played a hard-fought game. Cohen Thomas early on had some great plays. J.J. Oliver, another big-time player, and as well as Trayvon Key. Despite not the game he would like to have, Key had a lot of great performances today, and we were able to see a lot of hard-fought tenacity in him.
Yeah, I think the penalties really just hurt Smith Station a little too much in those first couple drives when we get to those the first quarter, the first drive. Like they had some big plays, moved down the field, gets called back. You're looking at a 3rd and 30. Next drive, you get a big play, you're pushed back to a 3rd and 18, you can't convert. So I think it was just the little mistakes that dug them in a hole that they couldn't come back from. The little things like we look at that onside kick to start the second half, that was really the key difference. But hey, Ben Stanfield down on the field with the Northside Patriots. Ben, take it away.
All right, Drew, Tony, thanks a lot. We're here with the head coach, Bryson Freeman. Win number 1 in your career. Congratulations on that.
Hey, thanks, man. It feels great.
Tell us about what you just told your team. So you got to get through that first one. You did that tonight. Tell us what made it happen for you.
Hey, man, these guys hard work. This coaching staff and these young men have put in work for the last 7 to 8 months. They've done a great job. They trust each other. They wanted to win tonight, and they went out and got that.
Outstanding. We got some hardware to hand out. We got one trophy that lives forever at WTVM, and your name is already engraved on it. I'll give you that in a second. But first, I want to hand out the most valuable player of tonight's ball game, and that's your running back, number 4, Alex Tarboro. Where's he at? Here he is. Man, you ran your shoes off tonight in this ball game. Tell us about it.
I don't know. My line blocked for me, yeah.
Excellent. He's giving love to the guys up front. Alex Tarboro, man, a few words. What did it feel like when you scored? You had that one touchdown that was called back, and I will say you ran your shoes off on that play too. But you able to get some redemption in that. Tell us just about, you put some points on the board. The guys got you there. What was it like to get this win tonight?
It was war from the get-go, a lot of social media stuff. We just came out here to handle business. That's it.
There we go. Northside Patriots winners tonight, 29-6. This belongs to you, Coach, and your team. Win number 1. Congratulations, guys. Guys upstairs, back to you. Take it away.
Oh, thank you, Ben, and that's awesome. Northside Patriots loving it with a little celebration as Alex Tarboro wins our game MVP of the 4th annual State Line Showdown game, a 29-6 victory over the Smith Station Panthers. Bryson Freeman, how special is that? His first career win as a head coach comes in a televised broadcast game on WTVM. That's pretty cool to see. Hey, thanks for joining us. What a trophy celebration. Ben Stanfield, the guys were juiced up. Tarboro, a man of not many words, but man, he can run that football. I'm going to be excited to see what he's able to do throughout the next couple next couple games for the Northside Patriots as their season will go on in 6A now of GHSA. Not a lot of people know that they had to be bumped all the way up, with GHSA really forcing the 7A classification now in the state. As for Smith Station, they got bumped down to 6A with HSA eliminating the 7A. They will have a season to come as well, which 2 of the tougher regions to play in both these teams. Hey, that's all we got for right now. We're back after the break.